Already?
All heroin all the time?
I mean, he is fentanyl now.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So, I'm just glad that all my real drug years were back when I was younger.
Me too. I never really got hooked on anything, though,
So,
man. Except alcohol.
we seem to be running.
Oh, yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this is another episode of the Radical Anti-Inactivists.
Oh, yeah.
And the Radical Anti-Inactivist show is for entertainment purposes only.
Only.
We are not financial advisors. We are not attorneys. We are not judges. We are not police officers. We are not doctors. We are not
I
scientists.
played doctor before,
We are
though.
not people with any kind of knowledge whatsoever. As a matter of fact, we are not even human.
Nope.
All characters are fictional, and any resemblance to persons living and or dead is purely coincidental.
It's a coincidence.
The dead can still vote.
Dogs
If you
too.
were offended by anything that you heard on this show or that you see on this show, we don't care.
And you most likely needed to be offended and really need to just get over yourself because you've just got a small, feeble pea brain.
Good
Whoa!
morning!
Oh my God! Look at those
So,
handsome fellows. Yeah.
So yeah, we're just out here doing stuff and things, and so
Well, we were. There you are again.
we really need an engineer.
We
so,
really do. Who? Anyone?
so I
need
know,
an engineer job?
anybody wants some silver from 7K? That's right there. So a couple weeks ago, we were talking about buying and refining gold. Well, I bought a chunk of gold. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can. It's 100 grams of previously refined. So I guess it's one time through the cycle is what it is. So we'll keep you posted. Next step kind of thing. The next step is to get a kiln and a crucible, melt it down, and then and make it into smaller pieces. And then we'll put it in the old acid. Gotta love LSD. Not that kind of acid.
I love acid.
But then I like mushrooms more than I like acid.
Me
But
too.
then
They're cleaner. Yeah.
we'll
You know,
keep
liquid acid's pretty good, actually.
Oh, bro. I
Yes.
got some stories. But
Me too.
but yes, we'll keep you posted. Anyway, that's our gold exploration for today. Again, we're not miners or anything like that.
No.
Definitely not a miner. I'm older than shit.
I have children that are drinking
that
age.
kind of miner.
Yes, I'm a minor brain, but I don't have a.
Oh, I got a minor brain
I'm a
too.
minor brain.
So yeah, the screaming, the shouting it's just beginning.
I believe so.
Because, well, as always happens in every single election for the past 70 years, someone is accused of cheating. Someone is happy that their guys won. Someone is sad that their guys didn't win.
Do you think there was cheating?
There's always cheating. If
Of
there wasn't
course.
cheating, we wouldn't be allowed to vote.
Oh, that's deep. Well, this time I think they got caught for real, though. This time I think they got caught. I think
They've been getting caught for 70 years.
I know, but this time I think the Fetterman and Oz.
Oh man, I feel so sorry for the people of Pennsylvania.
I know, me too.
So sorry. You had a choice of a bag of garbage and a bag of shit. Now you went for the bag of garbage because you always go for the lesser of two evils.
Right.
But look what it got you.
Yes.
I am Fetterman.
Yes. What's my name again? Anyways, if you look at the
Good night, everybody.
If you look at the voting graph, I don't know if you've seen this yet.
Okay.
So you know how they go. They're kind of like usually like at an angle. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Yeah.
Well, right around 2:00 in the morning, Fetterman starts losing, and all of a sudden,
There's them votes they needed.
straight up in the air.
Well-
And then hold on, wait, and then it goes straight over because they gave him too many, and then they took away votes. So that's where I think they got busted because they actually took votes away. So they uncounted votes in the middle of the night, and they couldn't figure out how to get the little program they're running for the
Yeah.
vote counter to renege that.
That's another thing. Machines breaking down, paper not being printed, unscrupulous people at the voting booths and stations and drop-off points.
Multiple addresses to fucking parking lots and fucking all kinds of weird places.
I mean, there's lots of nefarity going on, and it's been happening for so long that all of the criticisms and all of the excuses have been used so often that they've become nothing but satirical rhetoric anymore.
Well, This time, though, I think that the Democrats had to win. They could not give the Republicans, especially with some of these people like the Kerry Lakes, who got robbed as well, and the other one from Arizona. What was the other one's name? Whatever.
That's how important this is to us. We
It's
don't know the
important to me.
names.
I mean, I'm
no,
na-
actually,
I'm
I
naming
have,
names here,
I have
you
a
know?
shit time remembering people's names. Forgive
I'm
me.
naming names here, but they couldn't let them get the Senate and Congress because they know what was going to happen if that happened. They would be.
Well, that's the Biden impeachment,
it
which
would
is
be-
a waste of taxpayers' dollars, and it just pretty much occupies their time. And half of us are like, yeah, he needs to be indicted or whatever, impeached, and the other half of us are like, why are they doing that? And so we're distracted. They're spending money, and nothing's getting done as usual.
Well, yes, that I totally 100% agree with. That's what it's all about, is distraction because, look at the puppet, what I'm saying?
Yep.
There's FTX, I'm saying, kind of thing, I mean,
How long have I been telling people to get out of crypto? At
I don't
least
think
3 years now.
I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but do not get out of crypto. Just get out of expensive crypto. Get into the cheap shit right now.
Nope.
Hold on, listen. I'm
All
talking
right.
now. The big boys are talking.
The big
right
guy's
now.
talking.
The big guy is talking. Listen, because a lot of big names are gonna losing their ass right now. Okay, they're losing their ass, and what they're gonna do is what's called a pump and dump. And we are not financial advisors, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
We are not financial
But-
advisors.
And pump and dump, you know what a pump and dump is, and you know what a pump and dump is, So they're gonna pump and dump. They're gonna get their money back, and then get out of crypto. I bought a few shares.
Well,
it's
listen,
cheap. It's a
listen.
cheap in. It's a cheap
I've
in.
got lots of shit little coins, and way back when I first bought crypto, I bought Bitcoin, and I was forced to do it by someone who I have a loyalty to, and they said, if you don't do this, you've never liked me. So I bought 2 Bitcoin in May of 2017. So
What'd you pay for 'em?
I
A lot.
$2,000
That's it?
each.
In 17?
I believe it was 17.
Had to be below that. I think it's before that, man.
And then no, it was 2017, and I paid $2,000. In 2018, I paid almost $6,000 for another 1.5. In 2020, it hit the peak.
68,000.
So, God, I want to say that in May that year, I sold
I was just looking at it today.
two and a half for 50 each.
So you made out.
Yeah,
You did
so I
well.
totally made, and the rest of it I kind of blew on buying shitty little coins and all this other stuff. And what I did at one point,
weren't you mining it for a while too?
I still do.
So get out of Bitcoin unless you're mining it.
No, get out all that shit. You can mine Bitcoin because it's free.
Right.
But they've throttled down the mining so hardcore
Right.
that you have to buy a new mining machine every 6 fucking months. You have to spend $10,000 on a
It's too
real.
hot?
You have to spend $10,000 on a real mining machine if you want to make any money.
Right.
And so
Well, I
90% of us can't do that.
Remember, we had this conversation a long time ago because I was trying to figure it out, and you were trying to explain to me, and it sounded like it's like the fucking Wizard of Oz, it's the man behind the curtain kind of thing. Who's the guy putting out the algorithm, And I don't think we still have figured it out who it is, but
Well, no, because there's Mr. Satoshi, whoever the fuck that is,
exactly,
was the guy that created
sounds
the
like
Bitcoin.
a fucking video game. You know what I'm saying? Boop, boom, boom.
Well, that's
boom, boom,
and that's what the
boom, boom, boom.
Bitcoin was first really issued as, was in-game currency.
Right. Actually, Steam, I believe, was the first company to
And
actually accept it as
then-
currency. Yes.
All of a sudden, it broke that fourth wall and became something the public could manipulate and use.
Fourth wall, breaking fourth wall.
And then it turned into a fucking trap. And there was enough cheese on that trap that it drew in a lot of people. And the very first people that got in there got a lot of cheese, but they all got slaughtered.
I don't know about that because I have a lot of friends that got into Shiba Inu and all those when they first got out and fucking made a ton on it.
That's
you know
what
I'm
I
saying?
said. When
Yeah.
they first got in,
No, it was
they made their money.
It was the second time around for most of the guys I know because the first hit they said, oh my god, we need to get into that, and then it dumped, and so they got into it right at perfect time. It's like, and they're not financial guys at all. They don't have any idea what they're doing. You know?
Yeah.
They went and did a little internet search. You know what I'm saying,
Right,
And,
right.
Yeah, and they bought.
Look at all the hype. Hype.
Yeah,
Hype.
exactly.
It's
But-
like when Musk said, "Hey, Dogecoin."
right. That's what made Shiba Inu blow up, though. That's exactly the same time.
But what do you think that did? You think that promoted Dogecoin? and didn't benefit him, or do you think that it benefited him?
I'm 100% positive he was heavily invested in that.
Oh yeah,
No doubt about it.
They call them whales. These guys that have
that's
tons
exactly
and tons.
he is. Hold on, he is the whale.
And see, and it was 2017 when I paid $2,000 for each of those.
I don't know.
It
Let's
had
go
to
to the
be.
Google machine. No, I'm joking. Let's go to the Google machine.
Well, okay.
So we do end a lot of fights with this fucking machine here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but the
are you playing World of Warcraft?
I do once in a while.
What?
Once in a while.
Oh my god, that's something I never. That's way off topic too. I'm sorry. I'm like,
Speaking of
World
in-game
Warcraft, what
tokens.
is that bullshit?
Yeah, well, they got a new platform or a new release, whatever. Coming
They're
out,
doing
so I thought I'd try it.
well, Microsoft bought it, the company that puts it
They
out.
bought Blizzard, yeah.
Yeah, so they bought Blizzard, then
Activision.
Activision, and then so they're gonna do a big grand thing. You know what I'm saying? It's still big. I think it has.
I think it's gonna suck, and I'll probably play it for a month and then box it up like I did.
I played it.
before.
I played it for the first.
Because if you look
first
at
game I was in.
my thing, I bought my game in 05. I played till about 010. I got some people that I 010. I got some people that I friended with in 2011, and then I played until maybe 15, and then I stopped, and I jumped back on sometime last year, and it's hilarious to see because I got on because I got a free trial in my email.
It's free
like,
now.
"Hi, what's
It's
this?"
free now.
No, it's not free.
Yes, it is. It's free.
No, it isn't.
It is free.
No,
it really is.
it's $20 a month.
No. There's no more pay to play. You just pay with the expansions now. I don't think they have the pay to play anymore. I think
$20 a month.
I think they took it away.
It's $20 a month.
Never mind. Not going to the Google machine. You know what? We're not going. No, I don't want to see this bullshit. Anyways, let's go back to what we were talking about. I'm sorry I busted the World of Warcraft out on you. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I apologize. Yeah. So
Oh shit, my game turned off. But you go through my list of friends and you can see that some of them haven't been on for 8 or 9 years. It's hilarious.
Right.
But anyway, so they broke the fourth wall with the Bitcoin.
Right.
Now, was it planned? Probably. Because what happened after it broke the fourth wall? Well, it picked up very little traction for a good year. And then all of a sudden, it just started fucking blowing up. And when it was right at the point where it was going to blow up was when my buddy was like, hey, man, you should probably get some of these. Because he bought 100 at 50.
$50 a piece?
Yes.
Oh, he made out then.
Yes.
Yeah, he made out.
Yes, he lives in fucking Bali right now, I think.
My wife got one as a gift, like way back in the day when it first came out, like or something. I can't remember how the whole thing transpired. And then we couldn't sell it though. We had no idea what to do with it back then.
Right.
You know, it was like it was worth it, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it blew up. So we sold it and put a down payment on the house that we have now. So
Yeah, so you know,
pure luck actually.
But when it got up to the height that it did, as it was on its way up, the WEF mentioned something about regulating that stuff.
That's all I've been talking about forever.
Releasing the CBDC.
That's all this FTX is a fucking so you can regulate it.
Well, that's what all of these Bitcoins and all of these little subcoins are. They're getting people used to the idea of using digital currency.
You think so?
And in about 2 years, the CBDC will be the only digital currency, which will also be the only currency that you can use to make transactions. We got 2 years.
I don't. I mean, I think
we got 2 years.
I think if they take cash away, there'll be a fucking riots in the streets.
Why?
Dude.
Cash is it's faceless, right? You know what?
No.
Why do I need cash if I got this?
No, because
and what's the difference between CBDC and cash in the bank?
Nothing.
If I have this.
No, but cash in hand, they can't track, and that's what people don't want. I
But
think.
they actually can because all the new money's got fucking stuff in it. If you have enough piles of it, if you have a stack of 50,000 in your pocket, it makes the thing go off at the fucking airport. Boop,
Well, yeah. But don't be stupid with your money like that, you know. But cash, I think will be around because if they do take cash away, it will cause a fucking stir. I really think that. I really do. I think that. I've seen tons and tons of even mainstream media is talking.
People are
about
complacent. They're gonna go with the flow.
Can't
there's
deny
gonna
that.
there's gonna be fringe.
They're stupid.
There's gonna be fringe people. Oh, I'm going to the black market with my cash.
Right. Well,
and then once you're out of your cash, what are you gonna do?
Right.
Well, then I've got my stacks of silver. Okay. Well, when you're out of your silver, what are you gonna do? Well, then I've got gold. Yeah. Well, how come the black market doesn't have anything coming in that you want to buy? Because they can't spend the money that you're giving them to purchase new shit.
We talked about this.
If everyone needs to use CBDC, the black market will die.
I think that we talked about this a little bit too, and I think that it will die the way you're talking, but I think there still will be a black market for trade. Like you have to have something to give to get, kind of thing. You know, if you listen,
I'm not sucking dick for carrots.
I might.
I might get desperate.
I'm hungry enough.
If
I'm
I'm
gonna
hungry
suck a
enough, I'll
different
just
potato.
take the
You know what I'm
protein
saying?
out of
Hey,
the cock, I
that's
guess.
some money fine penis you got there. You know?
I've never seen a pretty enough penis to suck.
That thing is
Louis.
pretty.
So, bartering with ability will only get you so far and will only get you so much.
Right.
Because I can only build you one house. I can only build you one outhouse. I can only build you one shed.
Right.
Now what?
I mean, you know, we actually, me and him talked about this exact thing we're talking about right now, and you know, it's going to be, you know, where you're at, kind of thing.
Sometimes you need to repeat stuff.
No,
Repeat
no.
stuff.
I think the reason we
Repeat
talked about
stuff.
this is so we could repeat it, you know. But it like boils down to what we said. I mean, like the one thing we have going for us here is we have rain, you know. Where if you're living in Arizona, you're fucked.
It depends on where you live in Arizona, I guess.
Where's it raining?
Because
Arizona?
well, there's rivers going through Arizona.
Where? Oh, Colorado goes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon and mine for some gold, but you can't.
Carey's Creek, I've heard, is right there. I heard that's like you can throw a pot down and.
But still, barter doesn't get you very far. Barter doesn't last long.
It will. Yeah, hold on. This is the quintessential like trade. It's been going on for thousands of years. That's how they traded forever. Was like through, you know.
Okay,
the leather mason.
Okay,
made you a
so
pair of
the
underwear,
hunter
you know?
would trade with the farmer.
Right.
Now, if farming is all controlled by the state except for small farms, and I go and I kill a deer and I bring you the skin and the meat, how much food do you actually have in vegetable and other to give me to trade?
That's a good question.
Small communal farms are going to be enough for the community. They're not going to be able to trade very much with you or very often.
Well, the situation's like it.
Well, this is all speculative. This is all speculative.
I know exactly that.
A meteor could hit the planet while we're doing this episode, and
Right.
nothing will matter. What we
Right.
say does not mean shit.
Right. Right, or that thing I showed you, the Mariana Trench thing happens, you know, or that.
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it is happening. There's a lot of fucking earthquakes going on around that area of the Ring of Fire.
Right now, yeah.
But that could also be construed to be happening because of the weakening magnetic poles and the strengthening sun cycle.
Right. Yep.
But then I'm crazy and I'm a science denier.
I was just watching Joe Rogan with this guy. He wrote the book Chariots of the Gods and Fingers of the
Stitchin'.
Gods and all that. Yeah, exactly. And I was just watching a program about him going around talking about all these ancient civilizations. They're saying are like, you know, oh my God, you got me right in the face with that thing. That almost took an eye out for real.
Violence ensued.
See. This is the reason you watch the show. You never know what's gonna happen. Drew might get.
It's all fun and games till Drew loses an eye.
Exactly.
Now I'm
You
talking to
never-
Pirate Drucifer.
You never know. You never know. But he was saying that these ruins all over the place were like way older than people were saying, and they were way more like ahead of the game. But it wasn't. They were hunter gatherers. And all of a sudden, they're making these pyramids and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what happened with
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you look at these pyramids, and some of them are just pristine, beautiful blocks, fucking that no one could lift.
Right. Well, I mean,
in modern time.
It's everywhere though too. It's not just Egypt.
But
it's
then you
everywhere.
see all these shitty little hieroglyphs and shit all over, all this painting, and it's just because someone came in and said, "Hey, look, that's mine now. Paint it."
Right. Well, that's definitely true. I mean, there was probably
because
an
some
entire
of those
thing of slaves doing this job. You know?
Some of those monoliths, you can see that they used something mechanical and large to cut those blocks. Where some of those monoliths, you can see they had small devices like a line of pegs that they would drive into the block to crack it open, as
Right.
opposed to using a saw to cut it.
Okay, staying on this subject, I watched a video a long time ago about this guy. It's this guy in California back in the 50s, okay? He would have these big blocks of rock. Okay, they have this tripod over it with this little machine on top of it. And then like the next day, he would have this thing carved into crazy shit. And they're like, how the fuck did he do that? And they say this little box was using rhythmic patterns. And it was hitting the rock with these rhythmic patterns and making it porous and light and all this stuff. And them taking a 10,000-pound stone and turning it into like a piece of fucking magma or what do you call that? Pumice kind of thing. And he would be able to shave it and move it. Because he would move these things too. Yeah, I mean, so...
Well, I've seen a lot of engineers show how large monolithic sized blocks could be moved by very few people with many ingenious ways of doing it.
I've
many
seen
ingenious ways of doing it.
The rolling
cutting.
Yeah, that's the hard part, right?
And the standing of the stones.
Right, that's the hard part.
Is the hard part.
Right.
Now I've seen a good working model of how they could stand a monolith, but they didn't show a scaled up thing. I mean, the monolith they stood, I believe, was 12 feet tall, and they used sand and drained sand, and it uprighted, and so in the end there was like maybe 3 or 4 feet that were in the ground, and so now it's only 8 feet tall.
Right.
So show me that with a 130-foot monolith.
Right.
Okay.
Show me the Giza pyramids.
Now back to your thing about or back to my thing about the cutting. So if there's evidence that they used mechanical devices to cut some of that stone,
you would see the cutting though.
But you can, and you can see cut marks, you can see striations, you can see bore marks. So if they had that kind of technology, how can we say that they didn't have water jet technology?
Right. Or that technology that guy had that he wouldn't tell anybody what it was, but
the resonance technology. I've also seen that kind of thing, but it's easier to believe that there was a global population of people that knew how to create these monolithic blocks that either left or were wiped out by something very cataclysmic.
That's what he says.
And if they were not completely wiped out, then the cavemen that came out of the caves after the cataclysmic era was over found these things, started living in these things, and started marking them up because they, man loves to graffiti shit.
And that's what he was saying, that there was a higher intellect, and then all of a sudden something bad happened, the cataclysmic event, and destroyed a bunch of stuff. Because like the Sphinx, he was talking about that. The head's too small for the body.
Well, they say the head's been carved 5 or 6 different times.
Right, he says that it was exactly. He said
because you can't do this.
Right, and they also said that the Sphinx, when they found it, was under sand all the way.
I've heard stories that there were 2.
I've heard that story too, but that they
but
say
what's
that
the truth? See,
well,
that's
hold on, yeah, but that could mean though that at one point it was underwater though. That's what they're trying to say,
Well, yeah, and I've seen the guy who said that they built the pyramids using a water sluice system with hydraulics pushing blocks up to the top. Now it's feasible, but I don't think it's actually mechanically possible because the weight of the water and the block in the tube that they showed me on their show looked way too small to hold that much weight.
Right. Well, I watched the thing where they used actual stuff that they build skyscrapers with, and we're still having problems doing the inside part. You know what I'm saying? That was the hard part.
Well, I did watch one where this French guy said that they built the pyramids from the inside out and spiraled up, and that all the workings were done inside, which would make
dug
more
it out.
Which would make more sense than building a ramp, because the ramp would have to be twice the size of the pyramid.
That's some serious digging, dude. I mean, and they're supposed to be coffins. The pyramids are supposed to be coffins.
Well, we're told that the
right.
pyramids are supposed to be coffins, even though there's never been a mummy found inside a pyramid. They've all been found in caves near pyramids, in burial sites.
Right, I think because they died before the thing was done. I think that's probably...
Then why wouldn't they move the body?
That's a good point, too. Probably because they fucking robbed all this shit.
We've moved bodies. We've moved... They only move the headstones! We've moved bodies all the time, so...
We do?
Yeah. Yep, we have a fake funeral, then we fucking burn them, and then we put them in a goddamn urn, and then we put the urn on display, and then we put the urn in a fucking vault. So,
I thought you were talking about exhuming shit and all that. They don't do that very
much. No, but if they have a cave where they can store the mummified body and they finish the pyramid, Move the body into the pyramid because that's supposed to be the tomb.
Well, the Giza pyramids, when they did finally get inside of it, they found rooms with like a bunch of like stuff. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of someone's shit. You know what I'm saying? Their couches and fucking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here's two things to that. They say that. We don't know that. We weren't there.
We don't.
Because history is written by the winners, but that
Right.
doesn't mean it's the truth. It doesn't.
So this is the same topic, but I'm gonna say it anyways. That's like my dream. Like one of my like bucket lists is to go
to the pyramids.
Pyramids.
Been to Mexico? Mexico City?
all over.
Man, see,
one of my favorite places. in the world,
here's
Mexico City,
another
yeah.
funny thing is God, this comedian, I can't remember his name right now, but he said, you know, it's funny how they talk about not knowing who built the Egyptian pyramids. Was it aliens? Was it the Egyptians? Was it another civilization?
Right.
But they have no question that Mexicans built the Mexican pyramids.
Well, that guy is saying the same thing. It's not Mexicans. It's it's a higher power kind of thing.
Well, you can see a lot of commonality.
Right. Well, because the stuff
in the original carvings of these pyramids and the people that supposedly were involved in.
Right.
A
Well,
lot of
there's step
similarities.
pyramids in Italy or in Egypt
There's
too, though.
pyramids in the U.S.
Is there?
Yeah.
Really? Where?
Mound pyramids.
Where?
Do you want to Google it? Let's
Yeah.
Google it. We're
Go
time
to the Google
to
machine.
Google.
Google machine coming up.
Let's see here. We want to go.
I didn't know there was pyramids in the United States. I did not know that.
Yeah, there's mound pyramids in the U.S. Boop. Oh, I'm over here. Sorry, I keep forgetting. I guess we're done with this now, so we can do this. Fire. Do it with fire.
Fire.
What am I going? I'm doing.
United States pyramids. How about that?
That's the Luxor.
That's in France.
That's the Transamerica Pyramid in San Francisco.
That's a man-made. That's like a recent
St. Louis, Southern Illinois. 1,000 years ago, huge pyramids and earthen mounds stood where East St. Louis sprawls today. Somewhere in Mississippi Plains. Lost medieval cities. Yeah, see, that's in the U.S.
What?
Bigger than Paris.
Cahokia? That was they called it?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, and you can see evidence of these mounds. Like these
Why
little
does it
ones.
always look the same? It always looks
Well,
the same.
because the same civilizations built the originals, and then new civilizations tried to copy them.
Right.
So that's why they all look the same. But see, like this is like a mound that they're saying is an earthen mound that was a construction, and if they dig into it, they're going to find bones and bodies.
Bones and bodies, there they are.
So, yeah. And look, writing.
Well.
So yeah, I'm
gonna go deeper into that when I get home.
There are mounds and pyramids here in the U.S.
I didn't know that. I mean,
as far as the pyramids, I believe they are all earthen. So nothing
nothing structural will be built.
nothing monolithic stone built.
Right.
But still, evidence of it. Now, in my opinion, these are all copycat because, like you said, you don't see pyramids. Like built pyramids, you just see these earthen mounds. So I think these are all copies of people that may have migrated north or south or wherever they came from.
Right.
They're like, hey, this is how they do it where we come from. All right, fine.
All right. Let's try it.
So
let's try it. So deep. This is the deepest conversation I think we've had yet.
But hang on. Let's go to what was I looking at? I guess we got to go to YouTube. See my what I done looked at.
I love that guy. I fucking love that guy.
He was here at the Tacoma Comedy Club not too long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love to see him.
Yeah, it was great. Funny but boring. Wait, where's my channel? I go history. All this shit I watch.
A lot of Andrew Tate.
Well, you gotta. If you're gonna fucking do a show about him, you gotta know about him.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Let's see how far we go.
It's called research for a reason. Village in Amamagra.
Syrian Empire of Iron. Goddamn, I watch a lot of fucking bullshit.
sure do. Sorry. Did you do a show on Andrew Tate and your other
Not
show?
yet.
Okay.
Not yet. That's gonna be for the vegetable soup show. Just because it's it's a short subject.
Not really.
God damn, what am I looking for? Oh, see this? Gold powder, gold dust. Yeah, see? That's just gold dust. So that's what we're starting with. And then I'm going to melt it and turn it into that. And then
Right.
I'm going to put it in the nitric acid and turn it into the gold dust. And then I put the agent in there.
How do you reform it? Excuse me.
Heat. Massive amounts of heat.
This is a video, guys. This is the first
video.
This is the first time I've done a video. That's in Texas.
All right. So right here
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
is
there.
a saw blade cut in that rock. Right there is the edge of the cut made by the saw blade.
Why does it extend out though like that?
What do you mean?
See the saw blade cut, and then there's still rock on the other side of
Well,
it.
because either one of two things. This is the only portion they needed cut, and they let that break off.
Right,
The rock was too deep for the blade, and they let that break off.
right.
But right there, you can see the ridge of a blade. I can go make a cut outside with
Oh,
stone with a
no.
blade, and have that exact same,
Oh, it's pretty
lip
straight. That's freaking straight, though,
left.
man. That's straight as can be, too.
and
Look at
that's
that.
smooth as shit right there.
Exactly, yeah. That is.
I mean, granted, erosion time and people chipping at shit.
right.
Look at that. That is a machined block right there. That is machined.
Look at the corner.
Oh, that is evidence of a saw cut to me. I've done construction
and it goes
for a
inside,
long
yeah.
time.
Yeah, that goes inside the other rock.
That is
there.
evidence of a saw cut right there. And you're where's the other one, the real fun one? Oh, see, and you can see where they chipped out fucking shit, but you look at how smooth that cut is, and then they put this fucking they etched into it. And this etching is garbage because these guys and look at these bowls that have been turned almost perfectly. Look at that. Look at that. You did that with a stone? You did that with a copper chisel?
Possible.
Well, I'm not saying it's impossible, but with a copper chisel, that's probably a year right there,
Right.
if not longer.
Well, and if you fuck up, you got to start over.
Right.
I mean,
look at the precision
Right.
of that. You're
Right.
telling me some guy did that with stone and copper tools?
and sandpaper. Lots of sandpaper.
Well, I
Like,
can
like,
understand
let-
sanding
let-
it with water and cloth that's got sand under. I can definitely understand polishing.
Right.
That's no problem.
Right.
But you didn't make that.
Look at that coping.
You didn't make that with a fucking copper tool.
Right.
Did these same civilizations also possess?
Shut up.
Yep. He's not the guy we want to hear. That's a steering wheel.
This is our show,
That's
goddammit.
It's an interesting steering wheel, by the way. Look at the. Look
Well,
at the,
that's some kind of turbine, if I remember correctly. But that's for a different thing.
Look at the. Hold on. Look at those. Look at those.
Look at these precision cuts.
Well, look at the holes. Look,
Look
how
at those drills.
No,
Those,
yeah,
those,
exactly.
that's a core.
Right.
That is a cored hole, cornholer.
Cornhole.
Wait, look at those stones back there. Look how nice and smooth they are. Look at how tightly those fit together.
Right.
And this is a rough stone because you can see that they didn't care that there were. They probably used these to help in the moving and locating of
Right.
this stone
Right.
because it held it up off
Well,
of
but
something.
Look at them. They're all in the
but
same.
look at
they're
how
all-
precise they fit together.
Those knobs are all in the same position, though, kind of.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah,
saying they
yeah,
probably use
yeah.
that to make some kind as moving it somehow.
Right,
I don't.
right,
I'm
right.
again. I'm guessing because I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a blah blah
They
blah.
don't even know.
They don't. Well, and here's the thing: if they do know, they're not telling you. Like, see how rough these stones are? I could believe that a Stone Age crew
Yeah, but how'd they get
worked
those
on that
fuckers up there?
Exactly. We
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
We got lots of whips, massive whips.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. That is a core. You can see some striations, but it's been there for so long that, weathering has occurred.
Right.
But that is a core. That was cut by Cascade Concrete.
Right, exactly. Which is like a card. Is that
See
a
all the
core?
striations in that core sample from the tool that took it out?
Right.
Look at it's not exactly 1,000% perfect, but goddamn, that's pretty tight. I don't think they did that with stones and copper tools. I don't think they did. Hard to say.
If they did, it took a long
And if they
fucking
did,
time.
it took a long time. See these monolithic blocks? Look how tightly together they are fit.
Look how high up it is too, man. I mean, that's hard
Yes,
to get those
and
fucking things up there.
see these smaller blocks. So they see this, and they say that's a great wall. We need to finish it because it's either been eroding or whatever happened to it.
Right.
So these little blocks are the people that came next, doing the same thing, trying to replicate the work, but not being able to replicate it at the same scale.
Right.
Why is technology getting worse?
That
as
I've
the
seen
time
before.
goes by?
I've seen that before, and that one's hard to explain right there.
Those are some beautiful cuts.
I mean, that's like stonework, dude. Like real fucking.
Yes, that is a master mason
Right.
doing something there, either with mechanical tools or by hand. And if
Right.
they did that by hand, it took a long fucking time, and it's really, really good work.
Wow.
And see this little chunk here? That's where they had to put the pry bars in to pull this thing apart, because look at those fine corners. The guy that stuck that pry bar in there could not make that corner. He would not be able to make that corner.
The guy that put the pry bar in there is really in trouble too. Someone fucking got pissed about that, dude.
Well, because they were moving this fucking thing.
Is that a casket?
It's a box. I don't know that they found a body in
That's
it.
a hell
They
of a
might
box
say they
right
will.
there. That's a hell of a
But
box.
see, inside the pyramids are power stations, according to some people.
I've heard that too.
And that's later on in this episode. We got lots of time. But the procedure, they're right there. That's a striation from a mechanical tool. And the only reason it showed up is because he threw water on there and exposed the small striation. I mean, look at that. Look at the precision there. Oh, we're a little off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I need the grinder. Okay, here's 100 chisels made of copper. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Well, they didn't know how to make steel back then, too. You know.
We don't know what the people who put this together knew.
Right.
We only know what the people who found it and tried to do more to it knew.
Right.
Because we don't date the stone because we can't date the stone. We can only date the objects that we find around that stone. And if I drop an object there, and then in 100 years someone comes and finds that object and says, oh, they built this 100 years ago. Are they right or are they wrong?
Like you said.
Nobody knows.
Exactly. That is pretty tight, man.
See, monolithic stone had to fill in the gaps by hand with whips, okay? These are whips. These are fucking people that knew what they were doing.
Right.
More whips, people that knew what they were doing. More whips, people that knew what they were doing. Like this. Look at the precision and the beauty of this. You can see the ribs of the animal because this is as lifelike as it is. And then some bastard came and graffitied it. I made this with all my chisels.
You might not know that. The people that made that might have done that too.
There's
though.
no way that the person who made this put that obscenity right there.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at how rough that is. Look at
Right.
how rough that is. And look at the nice precision of that seam there, except for a little bit of breakage right there, but that who knows what that happened. You know?
look how smooth it is.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing. That's amazing. You're right. That's amazing right there.
Fuck you, old man. Santa Claus, don't tell me nothing. And see, this guy right here is a stonemason, a master mason, and he's looking at this going, chisels? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And there's a Göbekli Tepe. That's the one I was trying to think of not too long ago. Now, this is the oldest site with stonework that they have uncovered, and they're starting to say that it was covered on purpose, not through weathering and catastrophe and all that stuff.
Someone tried to hide it.
People hid that, and there are things on these stones. There's the animal work and other carvings on some of these stones that match carvings from other areas of the planet that are younger than these stones. But, again, what is this? But I wouldn't put it beyond
Get weird.
less modern people, less I don't want to say cavemen, because they're not cavemen. They're living out in the plains and shit.
Right.
But I wouldn't put it past those kind of that generation of people to be able to do something like that. I just don't think they did. I think this is something from an older civilization. And this might even be like the very first, hey, you know what? We should probably start trying to use monolithic stones. And they go from Göbekli Tepe to the pyramids. And the pyramids are all over. And look at that fucking monstrosity of shit. But yeah, the truth is not being told to us. And I don't know why. I don't know why they need to keep these secrets from us. What is it? It's like, again,
They don't know, probably.
It's like the flat Earth
They don't
thing.
fucking know, dude.
What does it matter to me what the shape of the Earth is? It's not going to change the direction of my life.
Well, it might.
So why
If you get to
not
the end
be
of the-
honest?
You get rid of the end of the planet, it might change the direction of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
180. Oh, I just need to take a 90. The water swept me off the edge. What's under it?
So that guy that I was just talking about, that was talking about exactly what we're talking about here, was basically saying what you're saying. That, I mean, he doesn't know for a fact.
Stitchin wants to believe
But,
that
hold on,
aliens
but
did
my
it.
point is that when he did come out and start talking about this, they started lambasting him. They probably
yeah.
they tried to make him pseudoscience and tomfoolery.
Oh
and all
yeah,
that
no,
stuff,
they want you to know that he is wrong. But look at that. Now, if you and I went off planet and there was a huge catastrophe
right?
and humanity survived,
We've talked about this before too.
and
yeah.
we came back,
right.
and we were like,
gods.
"Hey guys, look, we got some cell phones and shit," and they're like, "They're doing magic."
Right, right,
Yes,
yeah.
we are gods to them.
Right.
So, if someone with this kind of technology came down and said, "Hey, I need all these men to move this stone," how are you gonna cut it?
Yeah,
Holy shit, he
yeah.
does magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So the gods cut the stones and the slaves put them in place. Whatever.
Who
But
were
we don't know the
Who
truth.
were those gods, though? That's the question.
Exactly.
Were they just regular people? Were they aliens from another planet that came and tried to live here? Or, I mean, what was it? It's amazing, though. It really is. You're right. I mean,
It's
what you're showing me.
fantastic, man.
What you're showing me. I mean, I've never thought of it in the
See that? That's a saw cut right there. That is
Right.
a saw cut at an angle, even
right.
at an angle. That is not a square cut. That is an angled cut. That is a beveled edge made on purpose.
To put something inside of it.
Yeah, that's a saw cut. Either and as someone who has worked with stone, I made a cut like that in a rock to stop the blade.
Right.
That's just a stop
right.
it.
Right.
Yep,
Yeah.
that one, stop it.
Right.
Test cut, stop the blade. Test cut, stop the blade.
Right.
That's a saw blade.
Right.
Cut, didn't finish the stone. Why
That's a
not?
big
I don't know.
fucking
Someone
saw
got
right
cut
there.
off. Again, we're down in the tombs here, so the weathering and the shit. Look at that. Look at that precision fucking cut.
Is that one piece?
Yeah, that is a single piece, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, see that? That is cuts that were made where they would put in what they say is they would put in a wooden wedge and wet the wedge so the wedge would expand so it would split the stone, which I can believe.
Right.
If people without saw technology
Right.
needed to cut stone,
Yeah. They don't
that's
look,
one way to
They
do
don't
it.
look precision, though.
That's one way to do it, but that's precision-ish.
Yeah.
And then they have to finish it somehow. So you can see where they put little wedges in there and broke that stone apart.
Right.
That's not saw cuts. That's so technology is getting worse
Right.
from when they first cut the stones to now. Look at that. That is not wooden wedges. That is not someone with a fucking chisel, because you're not going to get a chisel 6, 7, 8 inches in there.
Right.
Unless that's a really fucking narrow chisel. And if they're using copper tools back then, which they were, you'd just be like, bink, another chisel.
Right.
Bink, another chisel.
Right.
Bink, because the end would go.
Right. Copper soft.
Yes. And that's a copper saw blade, and that's sand, and they're wetting it, and they're making a cut with that. I can believe that.
Right.
That's feasible.
Yeah, but how long would it take to make
That took them fucking a full day to make a 3/4 inch cut. I'm not saying it couldn't be done.
Right.
I'm just saying that they probably didn't do that.
Right.
Unless many, 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 many whips. Lots of whips.
Lots of whips. That's a lot of time and that's just one site.
Yes. And then look at this one with the nice curve, the radiant.
Right.
Yeah, you did that with stone tools and copper tools? No, you did not. Look, and he's got his hand right there. Right there is a striation of a blade, or a grinder even. You can see the delineation, and you can see it there too. Something happened. That's probably why they abandoned it, because there was a fracture here in the stone, and they're like, it's not as good as we want it to be. Because the people that put together that shit back in that day, they were fucking perfectionists.
Right.
That's why a lot of those bigger monoliths are still laying on the ground, because they start working on it, it cracks, or they see a crack is going to develop and they abandon it. Move on.
Right.
Go to the next stone.
No, the one that really kind of that is actually more impressive is like the bore out things. I mean, because that's not
that.
That's not sawing back and forth. That's like you have to have massive torque and fucking RPMs to do that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
And if you don't have massive RPMs, you've got years.
Exactly. Yeah, that would take a long time.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at that. So yeah. There's definitely a difference between, and you see how you can see some of the striations right there as he gets it wet. You can see that this thing, like a grinder was used on it, a grinding wheel.
Yeah, but some of those blocks in the pyramids, man, there's no way you had a grinder. You could just kind of grind on that thing. I mean, those things weighed hundreds of tons.
Here's another one where they're showing, yes, the precision of this stone. And then the shitty ass graffiti that was put on it.
Right.
Just chipped into it.
Right.
We claimed this. We did this. No, you didn't fucking do that. So if the Vatican would just release all that fucking knowledge, maybe we'd be all right. It's hard to say.
Well, that's a good point, too, because that's a good segue into a new subject, because the Vatican's little bunker down there has got quite some stuff down there, I've heard. And I've seen some videos of guys getting kind of like down there in there.
Yeah.
And then they get close, but not even close to where they need to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, they've gotten permission to go down and look at a specific thing.
Right.
So they go down the stairs, and they go down the stairs, and they go down the stairs, and there's more stairs, but they're not allowed to go down the stairs.
Can't go down those stairs.
And then their vault is number 7328.
Yeah, and it's
Don't look at all the other ones.
Yeah.
7328. That means there's 7321 through. There's a lot more here than we're looking at. Yes, well,
it's in a fucking cave. It's not like some fucking
It's under Vatican City.
Exactly. It's like in a cave. You're like, that's some real shit right there. That's some real shit. I would love to get down there. Just
like, and knowledge is power, and that's why they burnt the Library of Alexandria 3 fucking times.
Well, what happened to the first two?
Well, they burnt it, and then they started regathering knowledge, and then they burnt it, and then they started gathering knowledge, and then they burnt it and tore it to the ground.
I've heard that they're. Oh my God! I heard that I'm getting a phone call.
You're live on the air.
Yes. Who is it? Nope, it's a school. We don't want to put them on there.
We don't care about school.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good on school. I should have put them on there. I'm like, hey, you're live. Your daughter was late to school today.
What do you think about teaching trans children?
CRT, I'm in. How about you?
Dylan Mulvaney, you're up next with How to Make Your Child a Trans. I think at 8-year-olds we should start doing the puberty blockers. Because these kids really know what they want.
Have you seen what
Little Timmy, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a fire truck. All right, let's cut his legs off and put wheels on him.
That's it.
People
Give him a fucking
stupid.
hat. That has
They're
a fucking
coming
thing.
after the children out in the open now.
Oh yeah.
What
Absolutely.
more do you need?
What's it called? A minor attracted person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically a
Pedophile.
needs to be murdered person.
Yeah. Yeah. They do well in prison, by the way.
Am I horrible for saying that?
Minor-
Maybe, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. I
Minor-
don't have kids, so I don't have to care.
I do, and minor attracted persons don't do well in prison. They really don't.
If they stay in prison.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. They don't do very good in prison.
The fact that they're starting to go after the children should tell everyone that they are getting desperate. They're doing it out in the open. That means they're desperate. It's like the money laundering that they're doing in the Ukraine. They're just desperate because they see that something, one of two things. Either it's coming to an end, or there's really a big shift coming and they have to be prepared for it. So they're out in the open with it.
You mean a polar shift, or you mean a?
I mean God, what do I mean?
What do you mean?
A civilizational
A
shift,
societal shift.
a psychological shift. Because there could be, it could be as simple for them as a climatic shift where they're ready and they're prepared and they're going to survive.
Right.
And it could be as desperate for us as a revolutionary shift where we're tired of the globalists running our lives. I mean, they're not elected, they have no accountability, and yet they get to make all kinds of different bills and proposals that our governments follow. Why?
Because they have money.
Exactly. What makes this billionaire, trillionaire? What makes these 13 families think that they're allowed to run the planet? Well, because they've been doing it for so long without opposition that they know they can.
They buy people off, is what it is. With
Yes.
large amounts of money.
I was talking about that earlier today. Everyone has a price.
Everyone has a price. When it comes to society, I don't think I have a price. I don't.
Everyone has a price.
What's your price?
And what's the job?
To fuck over the entire world.
22 billion.
He's got an actual number.
I'm
Damn.
ready.
Damn, fuck it. I'm ready. The vegetable soup show will become the vegetable soup hour. You know what I'm saying? Sponsored by everybody.
Sponsored by Pfizer. Welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get your vaccination. They're really good on rats.
Are you boosted?
Only 7 out of 8 rats died. Get your booster now.
The reason I don't think I have a number is because the shit you have to do to stay in that fucking cabal. If you
Everyone
will.
has a number.
They do, but you have to.
But you've got a time limit once you've accepted that number.
Heard. You also have to stay in line, and you cannot get out of line ever. Look at fucking Yeezy. Look at
Trump.
Trump, exactly.
Look at Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Chappelle just did that thing
He-
on Saturday Night Live, and everyone is shitting.
Yeah.
Everyone is shitting.
Right.
They're shitting on him, or they're shitting about what he said, and it's like, well, doesn't that mean he's right? If you're so scared about what he said, doesn't that mean he's right?
I mean,
And the truth is the
Yeah.
truth. It doesn't matter who the fuck says it. It's still the truth. And when it hurts, it was a hard truth that you needed to hear. And when you cry about it, that means you're trying to defend the lie that the truth exposed.
So is he next? Is
Well,
he next? Is he the next cancellation?
I don't know, because you watch some of these people that start to speak out, and you're like, oh my God, what's happening to that? What's happening to Nick Nolte? Why is he so crazy?
Because he got in a motorcycle accident back in the 80s. And fucked his brain up. He had a serious brain injury. That's why.
But did he, or did they?
I'm just saying you, that's the story.
Why did Ronald Reagan get Alzheimer's so fast and just become useless? Was it something they put in his water?
Because he got to speed it up.
See, there's insiders and there's outsiders, and then there's people on the inside that step out for a minute and then step back in, and there's people that step out and tell the outsiders what's going on, and they disappear.
You know who Cat Williams is?
Yeah.
Okay, he did I don't know, it was a podcast, something like that. I watched some of it, and he was talking about this, about how you don't mess with those people because that's a bee's nest that you don't want nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
yeah,
you don't have to join them, but you don't fuck with them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
we're looking at Dave Chappelle. Didn't join him. Fucked with him a little bit. Look at what's happening.
Yeah, well,
Little bit of backlash.
I don't think his SNL was as bad as like Yeezy or Kyrie Irving or
Well,
whatever.
that's just
I don't
that's
think
just
they did as
because
bad.
that's
I don't
just
think we did as
because
bad.
Dave Chappelle is a brilliant man and a phenomenal comedian who knows how to use words in a way that are all them words coming out of your mouth are pretty.
Yeah, well, he's a tactician, is what he is. You know,
He's a verbal tactician.
he's a tactician. I think that he didn't say. I think he kind of put Yeezy and Kyrie and all those guys under the bus a little bit, to be honest with you, for the whole the J word, if we will. because
Really?
I'm not
What
saying-
Jew? Don't be afraid to say Jewish people run the world on this show.
They do. I
Because the
know
only thing they
They
can
own
do,
everything.
only thing they can do is deplatform us, and we'll pop up somewhere else.
Right. No, they own everything. There's no doubt about it. I'm not. I was just saying.
Well,
that
you
they
know,
were, I was trying to be comical.
Even if they
not very good
don't
comic.
own everything, they own a majority.
They own everything.
And what they
dude.
don't own, they own the people that own.
Well, they own the important shit. Is what it really is. You know
They
what I'm saying?
definitely own the important shit.
They own the important shit. Banks, media,
Politicians.
politicians, schools. You know, they own the important shit. But I'm not saying anything bad about.
We're not saying Hitler had a good idea.
No, I'm not saying.
You know,
that.
Genghis Khan almost eliminated Muslims. Almost.
tried to.
Almost.
He tried hard. He didn't like them.
He
wasn't-
did not. He did not
was
like.
not a
he
big
was.
Muslim.
He was anti-Muslim,
He was
bro.
an anti-Muslim
People
guy,
say
yeah.
Trump's anti-Muslim. No,
No,
not at all.
Genghis,
Not at all.
No.
Genghis has everyone beat
He
on
didn't,
that
he didn't like the
shit.
Chinese either, though. So he didn't like them either.
Well, he was going after the Muslims, and he thought the Chinese were Muslim,
Right,
Because they were so associated at the time. Which is funny because now the in China they put Muslims in internment camps and slaughter them in droves,
kind of.
and we're friends with them.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But we're enemies with them.
well
But we trade with them, and they're about to go to war with us
over Taiwan.
over Taiwan, and they have a massive army.
So do we. So do they.
No.
It's not going to be.
They
war
have a
like
massive
that.
man army.
I know they do. They have a 1,000,000-man army. That's what they
They've
call it.
probably got more than that,
Right. Right. I mean, they just call it that, but that's just their little.
and we
nickname for them.
don't. But we've definitely got armaments.
We got armaments. They're not. It's not going to be that kind of war. It's going to be a quick 30-minute war. I know.
10 days was the first Iraq war. Had about 30 friends didn't come back from that.
Grenada was like a 30-minute war. So, but that didn't have any nukes. But this one will. I promise you.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Putin, if you're watching this, push the button, buddy.
No, don't
Push
don't
it.
do it, bud.
Push the button.
Don't do it.
Push the button. I fucking double dirty dog dare you.
Don't do it.
Suka, push the button.
They don't want that. They really
Oscar
don't.
Vasuka, push the button.
They're just using that as a scare tactic. I think they're all in on it. I think Putin.
Well, of course they are.
Xi Jinping, Biden, all of them. I think they're all fucking big bunch of fucking friends, and they're right now probably eating fucking Peking dunk and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well-
they just had a fucking conversation.
It's like the globalists are playing Risk, and we are the little singles and fives and X's. Remember Risk when it had the
Oh, I
little
play it still on
singles?
my phone. Yeah.
So we're the pawns, and they are the generals moving us around and telling us what to do. And until we stop following orders, they're going to continue going because apparently they're allowed to.
Well, I think it's getting more and more. People are starting to wake up more and more every day.
Yeah, but not enough and not fast enough and not with the right solutions because we really don't care about what's happening 10 blocks from here. We barely care about what's happening in our front street. If we can close the door and just watch through the window or look at it later on YouTube, we don't care. And what's going to happen is eventually it's going to come to our front porch, and that's when we're either going to acquiesce or we're going to die on our front porch. Some
Right.
of us will die, some of us will acquiesce.
Right.
And the reason they come to the front porch is because someone over there said, hey, that guy is a bad guy because they were told, if you tell us who the bad people are, you're going to be safe. And then after all the bad people are gone, you're the bad guy.
Yeah,
Because the
you're-
list changes
Yeah.
all the time.
Right, you're in camps.
But again, back to we're gonna, if they come to my front porch, I'm taking a few of them out with me, and they're going to put me in the media as a terrorist, an extremist,
You had a Quran
MAGA.
on you,
I had a
yeah,
Quran. I've got this pro-Trump, all this pro-Trump stuff,
Right,
you know.
right.
Or depending on when it happens, it could be pro-Biden, depending on who's in power at the time of the takeover.
Right.
But it's coming,
Right.
and they're right now. They've got two more things to do: financial and food. That's all they've got left
They've
to
already
take
got
over.
food, buddy. They've already got food, I think.
Not quite,
I think
but
got
they are
it.
making the moves.
They're it's
Out
hard.
loud and en masse.
I'm in the food business, okay, and we're gonna.
Yeah, but you're not a farmer. You're not someone who's being told, hey, you can't use this. Hey, you have to pay to offset this.
Right.
Hey, you have to do this. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't get a new loan on this particular area because someone's going to buy it now. Why are all these billionaires, why are all these globalists buying farmland, and why does some of them shut it down?
Because they don't want to eat. They don't want to make food. I agree. I'm not saying I don't agree with you, but it's getting harder and harder to find shit, dude. I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
At work, I'm having a hard time finding like a good 15 items, and some of them are so innocuous. Like soy sauce is impossible to find, dude. I mean, seriously, I had dinner napkins. I can't find dinner napkins, dude. It's fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? I know it's insane. No, I mean, right now we're using. For our fucking people out there, the fucking rolls of fucking stuff. I mean, that's how bad it is at Microsoft. You know?
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's bad, dude. It's getting more and more bad. I think the supply line is the big worry.
Well, the supply line is definitely the hugest worry,
Right.
and we've talked about this before, where the diesel is being depleted,
Right.
and
not replenished.
and not replenished enough
Right.
to keep the supply at an even flow, and so the supply chain is going to break down, and when that supply chain fails, and it's going to fail,
soon.
a lot of people are going to be fucked.
Yes.
First,
soon.
and I mean, listen, I understand. I'm comfortable. Still gonna fuck with me, just not immediately. Not as immediately as it is with the people right at the start of the supply chain.
Well, the ones that don't know and don't prepare are the ones that are going to be fucked. If they don't have no guns or no food or no water for at least a while,
you know, I think
they're
the ones that know and don't prepare are gonna be more fucked than the ones that don't know and don't prepare, because the ones that don't know might be able to adapt. Whoa, what the fuck just happened? Oh shit, okay, we got another.
Right.
But yes, there's going to be massive loss of life, and that's just what happens. And it's a natural thing, because even if in a perfect world, as more robots take more jobs, more people are going to become useless eaters, and they will slough off.
Right. It's true.
That's just how it is.
That's true. It is true.
Because nature always finds the balance.
Darwinism. Really. I mean, the strong survive, you know what I'm saying? So I bought a new gun.
Did you?
I bought a new gun.
What'd you get?
I got a shotgun.
All right.
It's a God, not a.
I need a new one.
I mean, I was in and out of that fucking place in like an hour and a half for a background check, and they never. And they're so backlogged. They just said, it's a backlog. You're good. Here you go.
I should show you my FBI report. I got another one.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's break that. I mean, good segue. Oh, this isn't it. That's the old one. So, anyways, I tried to buy an American shotgun, and they are basically harder and harder to find. It's not even open yet.
Nope.
All right.
It's from the old Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. Oh boy, I better sit over here.
Yeah.
Do one of them there's.
All right, here we go.
Turn it over.
I'm gonna turn it over. Here we go.
There it is.
Here we go.
It's come to our attention that you are a felon of 7 times. 1 time lighting a building on fire, but mostly beating people up.
They denied you.
Was that?
They denied you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
If you wish to furniture, challenge, or contest whether the record is associated with you, a set of rolled fingerprints must be submitted. Your fingerprints match those associated with the record. Specified identity, history, summary information will be provided to you. A downloadable fingerprint card is available at blah 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 blah. A lot of blah blah blahs in this shit, dude.
Yep. It's become apparent to us that we don't want you having a gun.
Well, even though they're trying to deny you.
Now, here's the thing.
You still can have a gun legally.
The Constitution says shall not be infringed.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm trying to
And
say.
in my
too.
opinion, that means that if you killed a man with a gun and you went to jail for it for 5, 10, 15 years and you get out of jail, you should be able to go get a gun because you should still be able to defend yourself to whatever level is necessary.
Foreign and domestic, right? I mean, you.
Whatever level is necessary. Because just because you got in an altercation and you killed someone 5, 10, 15 years ago doesn't mean that you're never going to get in an altercation again. And if you get in an altercation with 3, 4 guys, you'd probably want to be able to defend yourself with rapidness.
Anyways, the shotgun I got, I tried to get an American shotgun, and it was from I think Turkey or something like that.
Really?
No, that's where they're all coming out of now. Yeah,
Turkey?
It was cheap, dude. It was a cheap shotgun. I mean, not cheap, quality. Cheap.
$300.
Yeah, I paid $287 I
Yeah.
think, with tax. Yeah, yeah. You know what was more expensive?
The handgun.
The bullets.
The bullets.
The bullets were fucking. I spent more on bullets. I got like 10 cases.
Did you get slugs?
I got a couple slugs. Got a couple bird. I got a couple, wads.
Because that's what you do. You go bird, buck,
Yep.
bullet.
Yep.
Bird, buck, bullet.
Right.
That way it's like, here's the warning shot.
Yeah.
Here's the fuck you shot.
Yeah.
And if you lived, oh my God, there's the fuck off shot.
That's the ending shot. So yeah. So
Which is funny because Biden's like, just all you need is a shotgun because they don't do that much damage. It's like, bro, a
Fuck
shotgun
you.
is the most deadliest weapon we
It is-
have.
It's the gun.
Well, I mean, handgun.
Well, handgun's good for quick, easy. Shotgun, as far as close range, nothing compares, dude.
I
Nothing
know, it's
compares.
beautiful, especially
you
a
cannot
nice
do long range with them.
sawed
though.
off.
You can't do long range, of course. You can't hit somebody from 400 yards.
200 yards, you're probably
Yeah.
going to get about a 10-inch drop on a slug.
A slug, yeah, because they're heavy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I mean, I want a shredder. That's
But
what I
if
want
you shoot someone at 200 yards with bird shot, you're not going to kill them, but they're going to be like, oh,
no, they're gonna
I'm not going to walk closer.
Yeah, tick, 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 tick. You're gonna hear that exactly. But I want a shredder is what I want. I want to find some of them fuckers, man. You know what those are, right?
No.
They're like have like it's like a powder inside on the things, and when they hit stuff, it like kind of like
Blows up?
well, it's more like a firecracker. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
more than blowing you.
is it like does it burn or does it
burns.
explode?
It burns.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it burns. It burns.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So basically, it goes in and cauterizes
Yeah,
itself,
yeah, exactly,
so
yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
bleed out. It
Yeah.
just drowns you in blood.
Yeah, and the immense pain that can basically debilitate you.
It's like a tracer round. That
But
really
they're
burns.
they're not illegal. They're illegal now, so you can't. It's hard to find them. So
Was that a tracer round?
no, those aren't illegal. You can get those.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
He's chilling.
He's like, I need food, Dad. It's time to eat.
Is it dinner time?
No. He doesn't eat till fucking 9:30.
Oh,
This Minotaur got a good bill of health check today. Yay, buddy! He even lost 4 pounds as instructed by the doctor. Yay, buddy!
he's fit and trim, dude. I would love to have that kind of muscle.
Physique?
My legs and shit are good. It's my belly I would love to get rid of.
You should have seen. You never got to meet Whiskey. Whiskey was basically the Arnold Schwarzenegger of pit bulls. I was afraid that guy would kick my ass whenever he decided he wanted.
When he
to.
was done with you, you were out. Yeah, I was worried.
Come here, human. We're having sex.
I'm hungry. Yes, Minotaur.
As a matter of fact, all the chew marks that you see in the walls,
right?
those are from Whiskey because at the same time I had him, I had rescued a couple of females, and I am a firm believer that you don't cut their parts out.
Right.
And so when they went into heat, I kept him in here with me.
Right.
And I'd wake up in the middle of the night. What
Maybe
the
just
fuck's going on? He's like,
eating the fuck
I
out
need to
there.
get out there.
I am horny.
There's stuff out there for me. So yeah.
I am horny.
Sex drive is strong in them there mammals. But yeah. Good Papa.
He's a good
now
boy.
go lay down, please.
Yep. Go lay down.
Go lay down.
Yeah, boy. Where were we?
So buy this silver because I want to get rid of the 7K
Oh,
shit.
so you got.
Because I hate
What do you
7K.
got for me today to sell? How much is one of those papers with all the break-offs?
I don't know.
How much is his weight?
It's 100 grams.
So that's
So if I go here,
3 ounces.
and I go there,
A little over
and
3
I
ounces.
go, yeah, a little bit, and I go. Let's see if they in stock.
What are they called? Breakaways.
And fucking. Keep going. Because I've seen them in the gold one. I don't know if I've ever seen them here in the silver. I can't
I've been
remember
trying
where
to find one. I bought another round, and I was asking about it because I'd never seen that before. So
I've got something special. I'm special.
oh, special. You're
so
special. I got to have.
I want to
some of
have
that.
your beef injection. Give it to me, yeah.
Oh my god.
Got some on my face.
Ugh.
Got some on my fingers. Got some in a place where I'd like it to linger.
Ugh.
'Cause
Look
I'm
at you.
special.
You're good.
So special. Right there, bam. It's $166 according to them.
Really?
That's it right there. That is the
it.
thing.
That is it.
Right there.
That's it. I didn't bring that much money. I didn't bring that much money with me.
Cause I got 5 of those.
I don't want to fuck you. Is what I'm saying.
This is the cheapest thing I have right now, and it is $50.
What is it?
It's a Krugerrand from 2018. PF70.
We take 48.
I'll take 40 from you.
Heard.
And now I have to do this.
Oh, yeah, it sucks. This is graded, huh?
Yeah. What do you mean that sucks?
Well, I mean,
All that means is that's the last one you use in a barter situation.
Right. This is my big dog kind of thing right now.
Yep,
No,
yep.
I've got a 10-ounce bar now. So.
Well, that's basically wealth storage.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Because
right.
the rounds are your barter tools,
Right.
and the rounds that are in plastic sheaths are your last barter tools.
Right.
And then that 10-ounce bar is like, well, I'm gonna buy your farm here.
Right. It's weighty too, by the way, man. It is weighty.
Oh, yeah. So now I gotta go here.
Oh, I don't. Oh, you got to take it out the thing.
Uh huh.
Okay, cool. All right,
Okay.
thanks, man.
I'm telling you, man.
That one's cool. I like that one.
The Krugerrands are all right. Someone's been watching it though.
Have they?
Oh yeah. So okay. Funny story about the Krugerrand. Right here. So let's see. Boom. Feedback. Yeah, fuck your feedback. So this guy right here.
Right.
God, where's the message?
I want to send you a pizza.
Is this a 22 or a 2022 or a 2018? Description says 2022, but the picture of it is 2018. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. Let me go correct that. So I had it for 45, so I went back, changed it to a 2018, and put it up for 55. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you, sir.
And I went ahead and just, so where is it? Right. Yeah, so I went and changed it to 50.
So when you edit, you just do the sold.
See, but I was gonna be nice. I was gonna give him free shipping.
$10 shipping on that.
No, that was $10 shipping and handling. Oh, I didn't change that. See, I raised the price from 35 to 55, and then I was gonna be free shipping because that's what I've been doing with my stuff on eBay. Because it'll relist itself for 7 weeks,
Right.
and if it doesn't sell, I raise the price $1.
Right.
But before, when it didn't sell, I raised the price $15 and took away the $10 handling fee that I added.
Right.
So basically, I raised the
get-
price by $5.
Right. Exactly. So you're still making out.
How do I delete this goddamn thing? Let's see. Let's go back.
I think you're doing right there. I think you do it.
Bizak.
No,
Go
maybe not.
to. Let's see here. What's this say? Edit, sell, some.
I think you got to put the edit little right next to it. Put a check mark on it.
Oh,
There you go. Yep. And then go back up top. There you go.
Actions.
Yep. End listing.
And listing. Yep. And listing. Goodbye.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
That's
no
a cool
problem.
One. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
And I went into Bellevue Chlorine in Bellevue.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty fucking spectacular place, dude.
Oh yeah.
You should try the Bellevue one. It's like they're like big dog. You know what I'm saying? They're.
Well, yeah. I've been in there before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I bought gold there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's
Back in
cool.
the fucking 90s. Because that was the cheapest place back in the 90s.
It's still pretty cheap. I mean, they don't do
Well,
much.
in store, buying gold and silver is
cash.
definitely cheap. With cash,
With cash,
is definitely
yes,
cheaper than buying it online
Yeah,
anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
The funny part is, in the 90s, when I bought my gold, here's the money, here's the gold. Now,
Right.
here's the money. Oh, here's the paperwork. Need
Right.
you to sign. What's your
Right.
address? What's
Right.
all that? I need
Right.
your
Right.
ID. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Doesn't change how I'm going to protect it and,
Right. Exactly.
and all that
I
stuff.
still
But
have
FBI said I'm not supposed to, but I still do has.
well, yeah.
Fuck those people, man. Come after me.
Just-
Come after
no,
me.
Just put him in her name.
Why would I do that?
That's not a great idea.
I don't want to put her in trouble.
Good point.
But she does have some guns. I was getting to that one. As far as shotgun, I have a breech barrel single shot 10 gauge
A reach barrel?
breech barrel.
Never. Oh, a cracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breech barrel.
Yeah.
You gotta breach it.
There's a.
So it's like a double barrel. It's
Right,
nice,
right.
but it's a single.
Right.
And it's 10 gauge, which
Does that
means
one trigger then?
yeah, which means that it's loaded right now.
Right.
If someone actually came into the house, this is the instructions that I gave her. Fire it. Keep holding onto the handle. Hit them with it.
Yes.
Because it goes from being a gun
Yeah.
to an
bat.
assault weapon
Right.
instantly.
And they're heavy. Those ones are heavy.
It's real heavy.
Yeah. Those are
She's
heavy,
like,
yeah.
well, why wouldn't I grab the barrel? Okay, hang on.
It's hot.
Pow! Grab the barrel. No! Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why you don't grab the barrel.
Beat him with the barrel.
Beat him with the barrel.
Yeah, beat him with the barrel.
Get some branding.
Yeah, if you yeah. For real. It's a nice little gun. I'm gonna go shoot this weekend at my buddy's house. So.
But yeah, so I've been trying to talk her into getting a new handgun because the 32 that she has, again, is a very archaic weapon. It's even hard for me to do the slide.
Well, then you need to clean it then.
It's almost pristine. I want to say it's a 1950s gun.
Well, then it needs a new spring or something like that. Then.
It definitely,
Yeah.
but I don't do that kind of shit because all I know is, well, you buy the bullets, you keep it clean after you shot it a few times,
Right.
keep it in nicely lubricated,
Right.
but still it's very difficult to do the slide.
Well, then it sounds like it needs to be clean because usually that means that there's carbon built up on the slide, and as you pull it back, the carbon like grabs it kind of thing.
I mean, maybe
Have you pulled it apart? Have you taken it apart?
I haven't taken that gun apart since I stuck it in my
then.
face.
That's what it is.
So,
That's what it is. Then I'm telling you, just you know, how to take it apart. I don't know what it is. What is it again?
it's a
Ruger.
no. It's a P32. It's a Chino Industries. It's made in San Francisco.
Never heard of it.
So
But-
it's a gay ass gun.
Usually, you pull the you'll pull the hammer back and then hit the button and,
And
just
pull it
pops
apart.
Right
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. So,
But the slide is very stiff,
yeah, it's probably because the carbon's in there.
which is difficult for her. And I'm just like, hey, if we just go get a nice new gun, something small that you can fit in your purse that has a safety,
Right.
then and because
You know what a good gun for her would be like a Derringer or something like that. I mean, no, not the old school.
No.
two-load
I
pistol. They have
I totally understand.
They have smaller,
Yeah,
like
4 or 5 shot. Yeah.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But because I think the best gun for her purse is a revolver.
That's what I'm saying.
A hammerless revolver.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, I agree, 100%. And those are way easier to keep clean because you don't have the slide, you have a bunch of parts, you have one thing, you pull the pin, the little cop thing comes out, and you clean it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
every 6 times at the range, you fucking.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Unless you're obsessive like we are, then every time you go to the range,
I do it almost every time. I do.
I do it about every other time.
Shotgun, I don't-
Depending on how long it's been since.
Right.
Because if it's been quite a while since I've been to the range, I'll probably clean it before I go.
Right. Oh yeah. It's not
If
bad,
I
yeah.
didn't clean it after.
Right.
And then if a lot of times I'll clean it before I go, and then I'll go to the range, and then I won't clean it, but I know I'm going to the range like in another week or two, and then I'll clean it after that.
Right.
So the gun.
And the nice thing about shotguns, they're the easiest to clean.
Oh yeah.
All you do is that's it.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, you can take the screw out. For the,
You could do a deep clean.
Yeah, but that's only one screw. Pull a little spring out, do that, and you're done. You know what I'm saying? For real. But
because I got her a knife and I got her a 1 million volt fucking shock machine, but both of those, well, the shock machine you have to
the one that shoots the probes, or is it
no,
touch them?
you gotta touch them, which means you have to take it out of your purse.
Right.
The
and
knife,
get close.
The knife, if you're holding onto it in your purse, you're a little bit safe, but it's better to have it blade back because that way if someone comes behind you,
or
don't even have to look.
You know what would not be? I bought this for Jen. It's almost like brass knuckles.
Yeah.
But they have spikes like sticking out on it.
The only thing I don't like about brass knuckles is you're no longer making a proper fist, and so you can hurt yourself.
Oh, you can. But this one has like the prongs are like this high on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It looks like a keychain, so it's like it's illegal as fuck. But
yeah.
But it looks like
so's the knife that I tell her to carry.
Right. Yeah. So, but those things you can like put if someone's fucking with you and you get close enough, you hit them one time in the neck with that thing. Game over.
Well, that's the thing.
The guy's fucking. He's fucking gargling. You know.
Put the knife in your hand as you're walking to the car.
Right.
Carry it like this, blade back.
Right.
Because most attacks are going to come from behind.
Right.
Someone jumps you, grabs you by the throat, now you stab them in the leg until they let go.
Oh,
then
they'll
you turn around,
Yeah.
do 3 of these, and get in your car and leave.
Right.
And then call the cops.
No, don't just leave them right there. Leave them.
Yeah. You might not even need to call the cops.
Yeah. Just leave them.
Because they'll find them.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a body in the fucking parking lot.
Yes, there's a cadaver at the parking garage.
Looks like they were stabbed in the leg and then the throat. We don't know what happened.
Must have killed himself.
Man, suicide. And it's like, she's like, well, what do I do if they come at me from the front? I'm like, honey, push their nose into their brain and walk away. And if you drop the knife while you're doing it, no problem.
Well,
I'll get you another one.
You know what I tell Jen? Be calm. First thing.
Come home alive, and I'll buy you whatever tool you lost.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Don't worry about dropping it. Don't worry about Leave it in if you have to. I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck. Yeah, exactly, dude. But so I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I told her, you nose into the brain. It might not kill them, but it will stop them from doing everything.
They'll start crying for sure.
It will stop them from doing everything. And if it doesn't stop them, sorry, baby, you lost.
Yeah. And you have a chance of losing no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Always. Even stabbing them with the knife in the leg, there's always a chance they've got a gun and they'll put it in your brain.
Right, exactly. Real quick.
So it's never a you're gonna win situation until you get away.
Right. Until you see him on the ground and you're
What's
walking
the best thing to do? Run.
Yeah. I mean,
what happens if I can't run?
I've
told you the 5 things.
Best thing to do, first thing, is stay calm. Do not panic. You know what I'm saying? Because then you're gonna do something stupid. You know
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Absolutely.
But I think I'm trying really hard to get my wife to have a gun on her, but she stays home a lot now because she works from home. So
yeah.
But
well, mine like leaves dark, shitty areas.
This is the fucking
knife in your hand. Right. Was the knife in your hand when you left the store? No, but I was with 2 other people. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Put the knife in your hand. Because you know what happens? Someone comes up and grabs that person. Now you get to defend everyone.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're in a fucking Safeway, I mean, whatever. I mean, you gotta be careful. But yeah.
People been murdered in Walmart parking lots.
Hey, 3 kids just got murdered.
3 people just got murdered on a bus.
Yeah, exactly. Coming off a bus. They were coming off a bus. Yes. Yeah. Have you heard about that on the mainstream media?
I've heard a little bit about it.
Yeah, but not on the mainstream media, you haven't.
Probably because it doesn't fit the narrative.
It does not fit the narrative. It was a.
This guy was a hazer. He bullied people, and something happened, and now he killed 3 people.
No, I think he.
Or was he the one that got hazed?
He got hazed, or I can't remember, something like that. But I guess.
Listen, we don't know the story, so everything we're telling you is all speculative.
Right. But
again, we are not newscasters. We are not doctors. We are not blah, blah, blahs. We don't know nothing. Do I need to put the thing back up and reread it to you?
No, I know one thing.
Because if I offended you, you deserved it.
I know one thing. He was butthurt.
I know one thing. He done had a gun in a gun-free zone, so he already broke one law.
Yeah.
But they want to blame the gun, not the person.
Right.
That's what always happens. David Hogg fucking stepping on the back of dead students so he can take guns away from American citizens.
Right, exactly, dude. And it's ridiculous, man. Gun-free. More people are killing gun-free zones. I think Vietnam was killed, kind of thing. I mean, it's
probably.
Yeah, I mean, that was speculation. Not coming up with any real statistics there. That was just
because we don't know how many Vietnamese were killed. We only know that we lost about 50,000 soldiers.
No, we lost Yeah, we lost 50 and then 5 million were like, I mean,
Yeah, we
like hurt.
lost.
Yeah, like killed. Yeah,
Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are they?
I think
I don't know. I think they're in a camp somewhere.
I think there was
Send Rambo.
I think the number is 5 million ish for Vietnamese being killed, something like that. So the number was a good. It was a good kill ratio.
Yeah. One thing we are definitely good at is murdering each other.
Yeah, we're good at that.
We're fucking fantastic at it.
And we're getting better.
Well,
every
that's
day.
another reason to take away guns.
No, it's
Because if someone comes to murder me and I'm defenseless,
right.
that's because the government says I'm not allowed to defend myself. Right. Meanwhile, the police are not supposed to defend me because they're just supposed to come after the crime has been committed.
Right. You have to wait for the crime to be committed before it's they can do anything. Kind of
Which is why people walk around with their cameras going, this is a First Amendment audit.
Right.
Oh, I need to see your ID. Well, do you have reasonable, articulable suspicion
right.
To tell me why you need my ID? Listen,
right.
you son of a bitch. And again, some of these people do a fine job
Absolutely.
of auditing. They're like, yeah, I'm here.
Some people are dumb as fuck, though, man.
I'm just, I'm just doing my duty as a citizen of the United States.
Right.
I'm following my First Amendment. I'm auditing the office, and I'm just, all respect and court case Ronnie v. blah blah blah. Or RCW 18312, and then there's the guy that's like, "Hey, fuck you, cop! I'm allowed to be here."
Yeah, done.
I love those ones. I love them.
They usually get
Someone hold my camera for me.
Yeah. Hold my beer, bitch.
When you're auditing the office in a respectful manner, and the cop is not a piece of shit, it's great.
Right.
When you're a piece of shit auditing the office and the cop is respectful, you deserve everything you get.
Absolutely. And
now, when two pieces of shit meet, it's like fucking positive and negative electrons. Boom!
Yeah, it's entertaining.
And then when two great guys meet, it's just like, wow, I want to shake both their hands.
Right, but it's entertaining. Those two.
They're all entertaining. All of them.
They are.
Yeah. But the when the butthole meets the asshole, woo! That's fucking fantastic.
That Julius Caesar Roman Empire silver coin, that's just 1 ounce, right?
Yeah.
That's $1,000.
Yep.
God damn. I think you showed me that one.
Yeah, there's
I think you showed me that one.
because they give me this lie thing. Well, that reminds me, I gotta take that out of there. Boop. Edit details. Gone.
Yep.
So if I go value. Boom, yeah, see.
Oh, you?
980.
You showed me. Oh, yeah. What's the $75 one? It's almost the same thing.
What's that?
That one.
Well, 76 is how much I've made. See, I paid $350 for each one of these coins.
Right.
And the market value, supposed market value, has gone up a little bit.
Right.
So each one, 76 is 51.
I see. Okay.
That's the equity.
Okay, I see.
Of each coin.
Yeah, okay, I see. And they're not like ancient, right?
No, these things are made in 2022.
Okay, all right. It's just a poser.
Oh, excuse me, 2021.
Oh man, it is ancient.
It's
ancient
way ancient.
Yeah.
But the only thing that gives it value is that picture right there.
Right.
And
So
for those of you that aren't looking, it's a picture of the Queen. Is that where I am? No. God, I can't read this shit.
All you gotta do is take that one window and move it up to the top. That one there. Yep. All the way. Boom. Right there. Yep.
Boom. Yeah. See the right here. That's the only thing that, in my opinion, that gives this value, is the. It's like, oh, I can't show it over here.
You can't move your mouse. You have to move your mouse over.
Mother father.
You're running a split screen, so.
So anyway, yeah, that's the picture of the Queen. That's the only thing that, in my opinion, gives that thing any value.
It's a collector's item.
It's definitely a collector's item.
Right.
And now it's a little bit more valuable since Her Majesty done died.
Right. She does.
What a selfish bitch!
She died on us.
Yep. So yeah, and there's that.
So would you sell me one of those if I bought the money for it? Just one to have?
If you brought me $150, I'll give you one.
All right, I'll bring it next week. I want one, just to have one. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, again, that would be your first barter tool.
right? Exactly.
And then your round becomes your next. That's why I have the breakaways.
Right.
And quarter ounce.
Right.
And half ounce.
Right.
And full ounce silver.
Right.
because it's gonna be like, hey man, give me 10 carats for like 5 grams of gold, copper, or silver, whatever.
Right.
So
I'll give you one.
and then the next time I visit him, hey, I've got this many carats, but the price is higher.
Right.
Okay, here's a half-ounce round.
Or can I get a?
Okay, I got this many carats, but the price is higher. Okay, well here's a full round.
Right.
Okay, I got this many carats, but the price is higher. Bam! Now I get all the carats.
Genius stuff. That's how you do it right there. That's how you do it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. All these people that are fucking stacking because they think they're gonna barter.
Right.
Okay, well, you're stacking food, I'm stacking food.
Right.
You're stacking weapons, I'm stacking weapons.
Right.
They're stacking gold. They come to us. Hey, I've got some gold. You got any food? Bam!
I got some gold now.
I got some gold now. And now you're not hungry, aren't you?
Yeah. Not hungry no more.
2 problems solved right there. I wanted a little more gold. You wanted to not have to worry about eating.
Yeah, I mean, the main reason I'm doing this is, like you said, it's just wealth, stability kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? In the long run.
It's wealth preservation.
Right.
At the worst case scenario, it is wealth preservation.
Right. That's it. And
because silver and gold are biblical money.
right. That was salt was the first money, I believe. I think that was the first.
Silver and gold were biblical money.
I know. So was salt.
Real value was put into domestic items like salt or wheat or food items, which would include salt. Water has value.
Absolutely, 100%.
And so
back in the day, you had to buy it
because maybe you don't have gold. Hey, I've got these 2 5-gallon bottles of water.
Right.
Holy shit, I will trade with you. Hey, can you frame me an outhouse? I've got 5 gallons of water. I'll frame you an outhouse. But I'm not digging the hole. Yeah, it's all about. But see, the thing about the oops.
Sorry, I'm trying to look at my fantasy score. I apologize.
Hey man, fuck your fantasy score.
I just want to see.
So yeah, here you go. Gold right now, 1776 an ounce. But if you go to buy an ounce, it's 1900, 1850, 1900.
Is that all your stuff?
1880. No. It's
okay, just looking.
Store,
okay.
yeah. No, my stuff's in a box in the fucking house.
Smart boy.
And none of my shit has anything in the 2000s on it. Well, no, that's not true. I think I got about 4 ounces of gold that has 2000s on it.
Oh, Prince.
But everything else is in the 1900s.
Really?
Yeah, I bought all my shit between 1994 and probably 2004 was when I did my major purchases, and I didn't get any real 2000 stuff until the very end.
I really wish I would have, because I was talking to a bunch of people back in the day, and they were like, gold's about to blow up. It was like, $100, for an ounce, and back in the day, and I was like,
well, when I was getting it, I've told you, $300 a day drug habit I used to have. Once a month, I would get an ounce of gold, $400. It's like, okay, I guess I won't.
I won't get high this week. Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah. Today.
So yeah, so I get the ounce of gold. So I did that for a while, and even Joanne was just like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "I'm just it's bank money."
Right.
And now she's like, "Oh wow,
yeah,
that was bank money.
Yeah.
Good man, I love you.
Yeah.
No wonder we're together."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was like, "See, I'm stupid as shit, baby, but I know about them numbers."
Yeah, I'm not about to go hungry here.
But yeah, so I think the last time I actually bought a full ounce of gold, it was I think it's like $580.
Oh, it's a while ago then. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, okay, well, I'm done buying.
Shit's been over 1,000 for shit.
And then when it got to about 1,500, I was just like, well, I'll sell 15 ounces, and so my dollar cost average went to they paid me to buy all my gold.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, absolutely, yep.
So I'm just like, and again, like I said, I don't know how much money we got because she's the financial officer. I'm just the asshole on the microphone.
Right.
She's the one that keeps. Yes, I do have a wife, and yes, she gives me an allowance.
It's very sparse.
But don't get me wrong. Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 credits, so I could. If I had to leave town, right, if the FBI knocked on my door and I went out the back door and had to leave town and they didn't block me off, I could probably come up with 10 grand and get out of here right now.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's about the money I have too right now. So.
Now, if I if I had forewarning and said, baby, I got to go away for about 6 months. I need 50 grand. It would take a week, but then I'd have the cash. Because that's about how long it takes.
Yeah, no, you can't get 50 grand right away. You have to like set that shit up.
You have to set it up,
Yeah.
and then when it gets to the bank, you have to call the bank and say, hey, I'm coming to get all that. And they're like, Right. No bitch. That's my fucking money.
Right.
But if you look at the contract, it says as soon as you deposit it, it becomes our money under custodial properties.
And then they get to loan it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
At 10 times what you put in.
Yeah. And
Fractional banking.
they used to have it where they had to have so much money on hand, and then it went down, then it went down, then it went down. Now I think it's zero now, I think. They don't have to have actually any cash on hand.
I believe they have to have, like...
A percentage?
I think they have to have operational currency,
Right.
and I believe it's in the 25,000 range.
Right. Right, but that's nothing.
Depending on the size of the bank and
Right.
the branch location.
But that's probably not even close to what they have loaned out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's nowhere near what they have loaned
We're
out.
talking hundreds of millions of dollars kind of thing. You know?
Because if I put $1,000 in the bank, they can now lend out $10,000 to $100,000 on that $1,000.
Right, with interest and all that shit.
And all it is a push of a button. That money is not. It's not created anywhere but on the internet.
Right.
Which makes me wonder why people think that Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Shitcoin, ADA, COL, any of that shit, it's all fiat. It's all fiat because it's on the fucking internet. It's not a physical coin you can hold. And in my opinion, if you can't hold it in your hand, you don't fucking own it.
And he's not talking about dollar bills. He's talking about physical hold your shit in your
I'm talking
hand.
about everything.
Well,
Poop mostly, but
poop,
yes,
yeah,
everything.
Yeah. I got some on my hand yesterday. So.
I got some on my hand this morning.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, I won my fantasy game. That's good. So
You winning?
Yeah, I'm way up now.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, way
Nice,
up. Yeah,
nice,
way
nice.
up. Yeah, way up. It's the North Shore League too. So
It's the what?
North Shore League.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, everyone is North Shore. Actually, we got a new guy in there. It's a LeMay. We have a LeMay in our.
Oh, fuck LeMay.
Shit! It's one of the dumbasses too.
You know, LeMay used to when they were running the garbage shit, when they would
still
see
do. They
when
still
they would
do.
see a classic car in your backyard rusting out,
Oh, they try to fucking buy
they
out
would
here.
stop picking up your garbage.
What?
And they would manipulate you and tell you, hey, you want us to pick up your garbage, you're gonna have to give us that car.
What?
Oh yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
I-
they are dirty
That's
people, bro.
fucking savage,
That's why I
dude.
have never been in that little slug that's next to the Tacoma Dome. Never. I don't want to
once.
give them any more money than I have to.
I have once for free. I didn't pay to get in, so that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So
If it was free to go look, I'd go look.
it's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool.
But it's
They
not.
got some- they got
Once in a while, I'm sure they have a free because they have a free thing at the
No,
at
we're-
the glass museum once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. I went to a retirement party there, and it was paid for. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll go check it out." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I won't pay to go to that fucking thing.
I didn't know that.
Fuck LeMay.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, fuck LeMay.
He's dead, so.
Fuck all of them.
Nah, the fucking...
Bro.
No, hold on,
So you're
hold on.
saying
No,
because
stop.
the Rockefellers that
No,
started
stop,
all this
stop,
shit
stop.
a century ago are dead? We got to give them other
No,
Rockefellers
no,
a pass?
no. This-
Fuck LeMay.
No, this LeMay has been excommunicado from the family because he fucking took like a bunch of money, like embezzled a bunch of money.
Don't even care. Still a prick. Hey, I'm a prick too. I'm sure there's a lot of people going, fuck that guy.
I've only met him like twice, so I know the stories about him and his dad, and he was a garbage picker upper guy for a long time.
And he'd see the car and be like, hey,
No,
Dad, there's a
I
car
didn't
out
hear
there.
that. Maybe I don't know that, but I know that he embezzled lots of money from his dad, lots and lots of money.
I embezzled money from my dad once. No lie.
Well, I haven't. My dad never had no money to embezzle.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. It was basically 2 cases of lobster tails. Because my dad's fucking Hawaiian mafia. And
Does he speak pidgin?
we all do.
You speak pidgin?
A little bit. So
It's the hardest language ever, dude. It's so fucking weird sounding, dude. It's,
I'm trying to think of some pigeon now.
yeah,
I
it's
can't.
fucking hard, man. I've heard some guys speaking that's just like, what could you possibly be saying, man?
There's no koi. What?
Yeah, what's up?
But,
I'm like, what?
But he had this business over there where he was supplying, food to the restaurants, And
in the front, out the back, huh? Poker in the front.
so I was running deliveries one time when I was staying there. I was running deliveries, and this guy that I was running deliveries with, he was into cocaine. This is when I first started getting into it. He's like, "Hey,
that's your guy, huh? That's your guy.
That's not my guy.
Oh, that's not the guy that started you.
No.
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 Oh no.
And he was amazed. He was like, "You do?" I was like, "Oh, I do." And he's like, "Whoa, you do?"
Whoa.
Basically, you just turn your nose upside down and pour it in, right? And he's like, "Yes, that's how you do it." Gram. How many lines you get out of a gram? You 30? Me 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So he sets up this thing, and I'm just like, okay, fine. So we go make this delivery, and we got 15 boxes of lobster tails, and I put 15 in there, and then I pulled 2 out.
So 13
because they counted 15, marked it down 15.
Right.
6 months after I'm back here in the U.S., because I'd visit and I'd come back.
Right.
He's like, I fired Larry, and I was like, I figured you would. He's like, well, you know why? And I was like, I know exactly why. 2 cases of lobster tails. He's like, okay.
Sorry, Larry.
Listen.
Sorry, Larry.
My dad is a shitbag, and I got many reasons why, and
You still talk to him?
I haven't spoken to my father in probably 30 years.
Is he still around?
I don't know.
You never know.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. That's harsh. Sorry.
Hey, fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that guy.
It's like my mother. I mean,
Did you eat the lobster tails at least?
No, we traded them for blow.
Oh, okay. You know what? The story.
I smoked those lobster tails. Which made Larry go,
wow.
because back then they were like, whoa, what are you doing?
Back then they were cheap.
Hey, Owlie boy, what you do to my blow?
Yeah, no, they were cheap back then too, so it wasn't expensive. So I mean, but blow was cheaper too. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Blow's kind of still cheap.
Well, I mean, it goes like this. I mean, you should invest in cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Just don't do it. Invest in it, but don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't get high on your own supply.
Because I mean, there was times when I was doing it when it was $100 a gram, and there was times when I was doing it when it was $100 a fucking 8-ball. Okay?
Right.
So
right. And how many grams are 8-ball?
3.5.
Yep, that's right. Yep,
Yeah, no,
yep,
that's correct.
No, it took me a second. I was thinking 8-ball, 8. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's 3. Yep, 3.5.
Quarter key, what's that? 9 ounces.
Yeah.
What's a key? 2.2 pounds.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not saying
No, that's right. No,
that I've done a lot. I'm
No,
just saying I've done a lot.
I'm using cooking fucking terminology here, so I know ounces, 30, so
So this one guy, I used to do a lot with him, and we would go to Yakima to pick up.
Which is the hub of Washington State.
It is.
It is.
And so we go, and we'd pick up anywhere between a key and 3 keys. And so if we pick up more than a key, the guy would know to give us a little bit in a pouch.
Right.
So we got the bulk in the trunk, and we got a little pouch underneath the gear shifter pad, the little
rubber. Right.
So it's under there, so we're semi-protected.
Right.
We're doing like 65. We're in the carpool lane. Alanis Morissette's playing. My friend's a drummer.
Isn't it ironic?
And I'm a bass player. So he's drumming on the steering wheel.
Right.
And I'm playing bass in the fucking passenger seat.
Right.
For the whole song. Because, we're high as fuck.
Right. Having a blast.
All of a sudden we hear, woo!
Oh, Jesus.
Cop right behind us, lights gone.
Right.
We get over. Cop comes up beside us, does one of these. And then fucking tears ass. Apparently he was in a hurry.
Right.
And we're just playing music.
Yeah. We were just getting after it. Alanis Morissette, though. Come on, man.
Hey, she had some good writers. Another one of those ones that didn't write their own music. Or at least not the bulk of it.
A lot of them don't really.
Well, not anymore.
No, not anymore at all. Actually, I think they're all.
That's like when Hart was inducted to the Hall of Fame. When they're the guys that were original members were like, well, when they kicked us out and they started buying music, they kind of lost it.
Yeah, exactly. They got
That's
produced.
the truth.
They got produced, exactly. Yep.
They didn't make one gold record until Howard Leese was in the fucking band. And he produced 2 of my albums.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it the Madame Butterfly album?
No, it was Indica Mask and the True Station Anarchy.
All right, I'll have one little taste, a little taste of Jameson today, just a little one. Not trying to get drunk and drive home. Abba Zabba, you're my only friend. So how's it going out there? How's your drive time commute? I need a saga. What's the saga? That's what I want to know. Fuck you, man. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? So yeah, just bought some silver from him. You guys definitely should be out there buying some silver. This is a cool coin. I like this coin a lot, man.
Sorry, I had to pee.
No, you're fine, man. I'm just kind of
Are
talking.
you plugging my stuff? Hey,
I
man.
am. I'm trying to, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah,
buying stuff.
Listen, buy the 7K stuff, and if you contact me directly, I'll give you a better price than what's on eBay. I just put it on eBay because people will pay that price because I've sold some coins. The reason I want out of 7K is because they allow pedophiles within their midst.
They do?
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Do we want to talk about that right now?
Why not? We're talking about silver. We're talking about gold. Let's talk about 7K now.
Let's fucking get personal.
Let me see one. Let me just see. What's the coolest one you got? Oh, that's a catch.
What's the coolest one I have?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one's pretty cool.
I get. All right. You want to know what the coolest one I have is? And
The Star Wars one's really
because
cool.
I'm not a religious guy by any means, but in my opinion, this is the coolest one I have, and I'm not a religious guy by any means. Turn it over. Pow! Shroud of
Oh,
Turin.
Shroud. You showed me this one before.
Yeah, that's the coolest one.
The packaging on this is amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know,
How much is this worth?
300.
Really?
Yeah.
You would think it'd be more than that.
Well, I mean, we can go back to here and check out the market value of
Is
it.
it was called the Shroud of Turin?
Yeah.
Bar.
Yeah, because it's right there. Boom. Shroud of Turin. 309 is what I paid. Value is 300.
So you're losing money on this one?
Well, it's not on eBay.
Oh.
And if I put it on eBay, I would put it on for $350.
Make a few bucks plus shipping.
Someone's gonna pay. Well, here's the thing. You put it on eBay. eBay immediately takes like 15%.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought you had to.
And having
I
a
thought-
store,
I thought-
a store, because I got the store. I'm not just using eBay. I
Right.
got a store.
Right.
That's another $8 a month.
Well, I know you. Yeah, I thought you paid for a store to sell your shit, and
No.
then you basically they got part of like something. Not that I thought they got part of shipping handling or something like that.
No, they get a percentage of
Right,
your sale,
right.
whether you have a store or not. I went ahead and got the store because I want to get an LLC and then a trust and put everything in the LLC and put the house in the trust.
Exact. No, that's the way to do it right
Yeah.
there because you can't be sued either. That's another thing. You know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
can be sued, but I
Not if
don't
you're a
own
corporation,
anything.
not if you're a
I don't
corporation.
own anything. They can sue me personally, no
Right,
problem.
Right.
They can't sue the LLC.
That's what I'm saying. They cannot sue because you're a corporation.
It's like, you can sue me and I'll have to
Right,
pay
yeah,
you
yeah.
forever.
You can pull
$1 a month forever.
Yeah, you can pull as much fucking blood out of this turnip as you want, but my LLC,
Yep.
not happening.
Yep. So yeah, but so 7K. You ready for a private personal story?
Let's go. Personal story time. I was born
I
a poor black child.
was brought into the 7K circle because a friend of mine who I have helped with MLMs before, because 7K is an MLM. It's a good one because you have a product that has actually got value. It's not like one of those soap distributors or a coffee
It
distributor.
looks cool. All their stuff looks really cool.
Well, no, it's
Is
fine.
it when you sold me 7K or that? That's
That
the-
came from 7K.
It did?
But it's
Okay.
not a 7K product.
Okay.
And the reason you know it's not 7K product is because it doesn't say 7K on the labeling.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't.
But
It's from South Africa though.
yeah, it's is it, or was it made in Perth? I don't know.
It says first.
It says South Africa now. Does it have? Okay, so it doesn't have the Queen. So yeah, it was probably made in South African mint. But
Who's that? Who is that?
oh, I don't fucking know. And it's funny. It's South Africa, so it's a white guy.
It's a white. Of course, it's a white dude.
so
It's not gonna be a black guy. That's
racist.
It's not
So
gonna be black in South Africa.
so My friend wants to go to the homeland. Yes, but he's black.
He's black. But you're black.
So, I want to say a friend of mine because still kind of in contact. But I've helped him in other MLMs, and he came to me with this one. What he said was, "Hey, join this, do the minimal for 10 years, and I promise you that you will make money." And I was like, "All right, you know what? Fine." So I bought in at the maximum, not the minimum. Bought in at the maximum to help him out, and then
Does he get a portion of the?
Well, of course, because
Right,
it's an MLM,
Right.
which means that whatever
pyramid
I'm doing, I'm paying all these people.
It's a pyramid scheme.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I buy in at maximum and I look into it. And
Smart. That's the
right.
yeah.
Get in and then check it out. Dive in head first
Yeah.
and then notice that the pool is empty. So
Genius.
so I get in to help him out, and then I look into it. And what he said was, get 1 coin a month for 10 years, and you'll make money.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I look I look at the coin.
That's 120 coins.
That's 120 coins.
Right.
So I look and I look into it. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? He's kind of right. So I doubled down.
So you got 2 coins a month.
So I started getting 2 coins a month. I got my girl an account to help him out again.
Right.
So I got her the account, and I got me the account, and I doubled down, and then I doubled down again.
So you bought 2 more accounts.
So I was getting through the 2 accounts, I was getting 4 coins a month.
Right.
Because my goal was to, within 1 or 2 years, get 16 or 160 coins, because that would have been a 5-year subscription.
Right.
120, but I went for 160 because that's 10 pounds.
Right.
So I get in, I buy, I get her in, buy, I double up my buying. And they're like, "You need to come to a convention now."
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I'm like, "Hey, you know what? I got this bitch that I've been talking to who says she lives in Utah. I'm gonna go fucking find out for sure."
Right.
Because you know how I play with people online.
Right.
So I head down to Utah. "Hey, I'm coming." "Oh, I'm not in Utah." "Of course you aren't."
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a dude.
so
it's a dude.
oh, it's definitely a dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's a dude.
gotta be a
It's a
dude.
dude.
Because they've never shown me their face. There's been a couple that have tried.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But anyway, that's a different story.
Right.
So I go down to Utah, and we do this thing, and I see this name on the big screen because they're giving the accolades out.
Right. Of course.
And I'm like, holy fuck, there's no way that's who I think it is. Gets on stage.
Who was it?
Ben Rusk from Washington State.
Who?
My stepbrother,
What? Really?
who had raped me.
Oh, that's not good.
No, multiple times. Who also raped his sister. So I brought that up.
How the hell did you get into a situation like that?
So
That's crazy.
because he was bigger than you when I was about half
I'm
that
not
size.
talking about that. I mean, I'm talking about how did that situation occur. I mean, that's serendipity.
Fortuitous, isn't it?
That's serendipity at a crazy level.
So I see that, and I'm emotionally distraught, and they're just like, "What's going on?" It's like, that guy's a fucking pedophile. They're like, "Nah, how do you know?" I'm like, "You don't want to know how I fucking know."
Yeah, so that means you know how I know. 'Cause I just told you that.
And so he gets his accolades and he walks out, and that's why I walk out, and I'm just like, I had to make sure it was you, and I left. And a couple guys followed me out.
Right.
And when you do a pyramid scheme, when you do an MLM, you have a thing called an upline. These are the people that you're working for.
Right.
And you're supposed to go to them when you have problems. So I went to my upline, and I went to his upline, and I went to the upline above him. And these people are the number one crew for 7K. They're the top sellers, got the best recidification, which means they have people that stay.
Right.
That they are the top team. And I'm like, hey, that guy who's not in your team, that guy is a fucking he's an abuser. He's a bad person. He's garbage. What do you want us to do about it? I said, if you want me to stay, get rid of him. Well, we can't do that. Okay, well, I'm out. So I'm out.
That's it.
I'm out. I'm out of 7K, and I want to get rid of all my 7K
How long ago
stuff.
was this?
Year and a half-ish.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of recent.
Very recent.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, We're bringing back traumas right now. I'm
sorry.
imagining horrible shit. Dick in mouth. Okay, this guy was not a good fucking person.
Wow.
Ben Rusk of Washington State. 7K medals. Garbage human being. And they would lose me, someone who was paying for 2 accounts and was buying 3 coins per account a month, over that fucking tard. So you know what?
What's he buying?
I don't know or
Okay.
care.
All right.
I don't know or care.
I just had to ask.
I just had to make sure it was him
Right.
before I went off on them.
Did he?
And it was him.
Did he recognize you?
Oh, yeah.
What did he say?
Nothing.
What did he say? Whoa, oops.
Almost. But that
Was
face
it?
you made
Right.
was the face he made.
Right.
And I walked out. And I never went
So
back.
who is the relation for being a stepbrother?
He's my stepbrother. He was my mother was married to this guy,
Oh,
Ben
okay.
Rusk Sr.
Right.
Because he's junior.
right. And
She married and divorced this guy 7 times.
wow.
That's how volatile
Wow.
that relation was.
Wow.
He see this here, that cigarette burn?
Yeah.
That's him punishing me. Yeah, that's what he did for punishment. I could show you some more, but
No,
I don't
no,
think you
no.
want to see the places where he burned me with fucking cigarettes.
I'm good, man. I want to see that. I mean,
Those people were shit people.
did Ben,
And the only and see
did
now
Ben Russ Senior do everything to you?
yes,
Okay. Yes.
but the
I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh.
no, it's fine. It's fine. Because I'm almost over it. But so there was another son and a daughter that Ben had, Ben Senior, and I spoke to Jason. I spoke to Jason at 12 p.m. Washington State time. No, wait. No, 2:30 p.m. Washington State time. I spoke to Jason Rusk. And his words were, "Can you believe that a missile just hit my fucking office?" Because he worked at the Pentagon.
Oh, your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worked at the Pentagon.
Right.
About maybe a year after that, he called me and said, "Hey, my dad passed." I was like, "Really? What from?" "Stomach cancer." And I was like, "Well, man, it was. I think that's painful. Was it painful?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, that wasn't enough." And that's the last time I spoke to him.
Right. I'm sorry, man.
So ask me again if Mr. Senior was an abuser. The answer is yes.
Sexually?
Yes.
Very much yes. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
And
You know what?
and here, while we're divulging secrets, why are you such an asshole about your dad? Well, I walked in on my dad fucking this girl in the bathroom one time, and he beat my ass. Ask me who the girl was.
Who was a girl?
My sister.
Oh my God! Your real dad?
Yes.
What?
Fucking my real sister. His daughter. In the bathroom. Now, that doesn't excuse my actions. It does not excuse my actions.
So please.
But it gives me reason for thinking, hey, I want to fuck that guy over, which really it didn't.
Right.
2 cases of lobster did not hurt him at all.
Right.
It didn't hurt his business with that restaurant. It didn't hurt. All it did was hurt Larry, okay? Larry's the one that got fired because of that. Because when I went back 2 years later, I didn't get to stay with Dad, but I got to work for Dad while I stayed on the beach. So listen, I've had a fucked up life. I know a lot of fucked up people. I try to straighten my shit. You wonder why I had a $300 a day crack habit for 15 years. That's why. But I met a beautiful, beautiful woman.
You did,
And she changed me. I can't write songs with anger and hate anymore because it's just not in my heart because she fucking fixed whatever was broken in me.
That's good.
It's great.
It's good.
It's fantastic.
So, question.
Why
didn't you punch him in the face when you
Who?
saw him? Your fucking brother with the 7.
Because we were in a location where we were in a convention.
Right.
And I would have gone to jail.
So, it would have been worth it though.
No, it wouldn't.
Really?
No, because I'm a fucking 7-time felon.
Oh yeah.
And if I beat someone's ass,
Right.
and I probably would have killed him.
Right.
I'd be in jail.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm asking questions. That's it. Sorry. Just querying here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's absolutely fine.
What's his name again?
Ben Rusk from Washington State.
Where does he live?
God, you know what? I honestly don't know.
Sorry.
Last time I had any kind of fucking communication with that loser, he was living in Federal Way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we're close, bitch.
I'm close.
We're
I'm
fucking
in
close.
I'm in Federal Way.
And here's another thing. So my mother knows about this stuff.
And
So when I first did the 7K thing, you know, because you're supposed to call all your friends and relatives and get them all involved in this shit because, you know, they all want to get into the same MLM you're in.
it's a pyramid scheme.
Hey, Mom, I'm in this fucking pyramid scheme. I just wonder if you want to help me participate. Oh, I'm already doing it with us. Oh, okay.
So she was already in.
Yeah.
And she already knew all.
Oh, yeah.
But she was divorced from the guy, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
She,
yeah, okay.
Well, he's dead, so she has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of goes with the...
Because she was married to him when he died.
Right. Oh, okay.
Like I said, they got married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married, divorced, married,
Well,
divorced.
it's also, I guess, I don't want to say...
She said the words, "This is a marriage of convenience."
Ah, okay.
She said those words.
Okay, all right.
They never slept in the same bed.
Ever?
Now, granted, that guy snored like a fucking freight train, and my mom woke up if a fly farted 10 blocks from here.
Right.
So I understand that.
Right.
But he was a horrible man. And she went back to him. Because he worked at Boeing and he made a lot of fucking money.
Is she still around?
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
As a matter of fact, I've reconnected with my mother.
Lately?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you know, she did the best she could
Right.
with what she had. And if this is what she had, wow, she did a good job.
Are you the only
No.
kid she had with
No.
that man? With the man that you don't have a real brother?
No, I've got one real sister.
Okay.
I've got half sister, 2 stepsisters, 2 stepbrothers, 3 foster brothers, and 2 foster sisters. Because yes, I was put into the system for a while.
Right.
Yay!
I was in this foster system.
I was a planned child. This was not what they planned for.
Right, no. You turned out okay, though. You turned out okay.
I turned my shit around after I fucking tried to kill myself the 3rd time. Turned my shit around.
So,
It's
do you
been
wanna talk about that?
it's been let's see, 2004, November 17th, 2004, about 10:30 in the evening, I put a gun in my face because I was done.
you pulled the trigger?
Yeah. And it just went because
Oh.
we're all fucking smoking tons of crack, right? and the guitarist in the band who had fired me, so I've got the 32, he's got a 38, and he's just fucking with my 32, and he's just like, why won't my bullets fit in here? Because he thinks they're both the same, because they're similar size.
Yeah, but they won't fit, yeah.
So he manually loads a 38 into the gun and gets it fucking caught in the chamber, and I don't know. So about 4 hours after I've been fired from the band, I'm smoking fucking crack like a fiend, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. God damn it. And that was the 3rd time. 3rd time I tried to kill myself and it didn't work. Funny connective story. Actually, I tried to kill myself when I walked in on my father raping my sister. I jumped off a cliff in Hawaii to try and kill myself. 12.
Wow.
Tried to kill myself. Jumped off a cliff because life had been rough,
Right.
and I was just like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
Someone fucking. I come to, a man's kissing me. No, he's mouth to mouth.
Right.
So fast forward about 9 or 10 years, and we're high on acid. We're playing with a Ouija board. Fucking Carl, what's going on? Oh, fucking, you guys are all fucking fucked. So what's gonna happen to me? Well, in August of 2025, you're gonna die in a fire. Yeah, whatever. Fast forward about 5 years, fucking big, good pearl. Oh man, I got a shit right now thinking about this crack. Fucking just load. Take the hit.
Ow.
Flopping on the floor, and my friends fucking took me outside, called the ambulance. There's someone out there fucking doing the play. So they did all my drugs, took all my money, and left me to the ambulance. I survived. Whatever. So fast forward a few more years, Third time I've been fired from this band. I was fired, rehired, fired, rehired,
What band was it?
fired.
Does it sound good?
Indica.
Oh, okay. All right.
So November 17th, fucking. That's why my teeth are fucked, because I fucking broke them putting it in, because I was just like, it's over.
Oh.
And it went click because there was a 38 in there instead of a 32.
Right.
So I was bawling my eyes out because I'm a fucking baby. Call my girl, and she's just like, just come home. Just come home.
Right.
So I come here, and she's like, this is what you've done. This is what you've done.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, you're awesome. And so it took her another 15 years to fix me. And I'm not completely fixed because, like I said, 90 days.
Right.
And plus this. So, you know.
This is what it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They're all compensation.
This might be.
They're all compensation.
This might be the worst.
They're
of
all
actually.
compensation.
Right, but it's legal.
Yeah, this is the gate. This is the gateway.
Yeah.
No matter what they fucking tell you, this is the gateway.
Right. Right.
So you know, and that's the one that's fucked up. The gun that I'm, you know, that's the one that's fucked up. So.
Is he still around?
Who?
The guy that fucked your gun up?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Scott went to jail in the Philippines for 5 years. You ever heard of Locked Up Abroad? Okay, this
yeah, of
motherfucker, he was locked up in the Philippines for 5 years because a friend of his had I don't know if they were married, if it was a girlfriend, but she was fucking around on him. And he found out. And so he's like, hey, Scott, we got to set up a sting so we can fuck her up.
Right.
And so they fuck her up, and she goes to the police, says the two of them raped me, and they both went to jail. Oh yeah, and Scott was in fucking jail for 5 years on a false accusation, provable,
Right.
Provable,
Right.
false accusation, and you know we're trying to get him out, you know, as much as I could help, which was nothing at the time. But he comes out, and so yeah, he was on my show and everything, and he's trying to write a book right now about the experience. I'm like, fucking more power to you.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, I'm getting my wife out of there. I'm getting my kids. I'm bringing everyone out of the fucking Philippines. I'm just like, well, you know, if you have enough money, you can live in the Philippines as a king. He's like, yeah, when that happens, then it'll happen. But right now, no.
Right. Let's have him on the show. Let's have him on the show, man.
Yeah, I'd see if I can get him out here.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I'd love to meet him, man. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. How long? You know him for a long time, then?
Yeah, at least 30 years.
That's not a short amount of time. That's a long time. Me and my wife been together 25 years, and I can barely remember the first fucking month of that fucking relationship. You know?
I've been with my girl for since 92, so 30 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And here's the beautiful thing about it. She doesn't require me to remember an anniversary. She doesn't require me to remember her birthday, which I absolutely do.
Right.
She doesn't require me to participate in Thanksgiving or Christmas or any of that bullshit because she knows how horrible everything was for me.
Right.
Which I think helped cured me.
Right.
Because, and like I said, it's not, I'm not required to remember her birthday or anniversaries or anything like that, but it's like, we met in March.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do March.
Our anniversary is in March.
Right.
So in September, I think it was 2 years ago, I bought her the Gretsch drum kicks.
Right,
She plays drums.
right.
I'm like, happy anniversary, happy birthday, happy this, happy that. She's like, you got me.
She gave you a guitar too, that same year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
So yeah, so it's her love and her relationship saved my life.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's a great story. You should write a book.
yeah, I should.
You should write a book.
I've thought about it a couple times, but it's just like I can't find the beginning.
Most people, it's the ending because they don't have it yet. You know what I'm saying? Kind of thing. You know, it's hard to end a book when you're talking about yourself. You know, because you're still alive. You know.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's hard to start a book when you don't know which problem is the most encompassing and the most.
Don't start with a problem. Start it with like
So he was walking around, and all he could see was red velvet everywhere.
It was red.
All of a sudden, a bus hit him, and the driver was like, "Man, that guy was on acid, I think." And so I was just like, I rang the bell, and I
That's
got
a good
off on the
start.
third.
yeah, that's a good start. That sounds like some fucking great. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I'm riveted.
I'm not saying I haven't thought about it. I'm just saying I don't know how to start it.
That's not good. That sounds like a good start, and then you go backwards from there. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing.
Because we were talking about liquid acid earlier. I got a friend I've known for 40 years, and one time we were high on acid because we just bought a sheet of acid up in Edis, and we're down in Kent Renton area, And so we run into Steve, and we've got this liquid acid. And a buddy of ours, Kurt, gets arrested by the police. And we're like, hey, you want us to bust you out? Because the cops are busy over here, so there's no one looking at him.
Get him out there, yo, get him out there.
You want us to get out? He's like, nah, I'm going to have fun in jail. But here, take this. Liquid acid. Oh, shit, okay. Good call.
Yeah.
Don't want to go to jail with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll find that.
So we're like, I guess we should get rid of it. So I'm just like, I took a little shot off it. And I'm like, hey, Steve, you want something? He puts out his hand, and I filled it. And he's just like,
oh my God.
About 2 hours later,
Bye-bye.
we're fucking around, and he's just like, man, I don't know if I feel that. About 6 hours later, he's like, man, I don't know if I feel that. About 24 hours later, he's like, man, are we still high? Because Walter was the guy. I used to go up to U District and see Walter all the time. He'd buy fucking a quarter sheet or a full sheet. Didn't matter. He was a happy guy.
Right.
And so I went up there one time.
Was he making it?
I don't know if he was making it or just distributing.
Right.
And I know you can't go up there and find him anymore, so he's obviously gone. But he was old when we knew him when we were young.
Right.
So one time I go up to the U District because there's a Iron Maiden Twisted Sister at the. God, was it the Kingdom or was it the fucking Key? Either way, so I go up to the U District. I go up to the U District first. Walter, man, I'm going to. He's like, oh yeah, here, fucking half price. Boom, sells me a full sheet. I take 5 hits. And I fold it up and I put the rest in my pocket.
And you sweated.
And I go to the fucking show. And I fucking come to and I'm in Portland. And ever since then, I've got numbness right here. That I mean, my leg. Right. Yes, it's gonna bruise, but right. No, I did not feel that.
Right.
It's just like wow.
Right.
To this day.
No,
so I've taken a sheet of acid before, unintentionally.
I've done a bunch of hits before. I put it in my hat and stuck it right here.
Oh, you did the old Hendrix method.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, he cut himself, I thought, and put it in.
No, he just knew that he was going to be sweating, so it was against his skin. It wasn't
right.
It wasn't in the folds.
Right.
It was against his skin. So
right.
he put on his thing and then put the hits up there.
Yeah. That's what I did. I put up a hit and then put my hat on, and then we go to a show. By the time the show was over.
That's what I heard anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that it was he put it in his bandana, but I thought
he put it in his bandana, but I've heard that it was skin contact. It wasn't just folded in.
Right. I thought
but
he cut
when you
himself
sweat,
and put it in the cuts.
because I put it in a pocket and in an envelope.
Right. Oh, so it sweated through the envelope too.
So it sweated through everything
right,
because
right.
I went into the pit.
Right.
And so this leg, I mean, I swear to God, right now, like you ever your foot go to sleep and you got this tingling sensation.
Right.
Always
really?
And forever.
Really?
Always.
Really. That's weird.
Always and forever.
Because my head doesn't feel like that. I mean, it wasn't as much though, of course, but I've done a lot of acid. That was my favorite drug for a long fucking time. I love.
And we were talking about that earlier. I like acid. Mushrooms are my favorite.
Right,
though.
they're cleaner.
Yeah, and that's the only reason.
Better come down.
But it's also a lot of times it's more of a body high.
Right.
Than it is a mind high.
Right.
Whereas LSD for me, this is me specific. For me, LSD is always a mind high.
It depends on what kind of LSD it is.
For me, it's always a mind high. Always.
The liquid is different than the paper. The paper is different than the little pyramix things. Remember those things?
The
little piece of plastic thing.
Little cellophane. With
it was a plastic little it looked like a Lego almost kind of thing.
It was like the aspirin with the shit inside.
I think they're called pyramixes or whatever.
I don't know.
Those got you the highest. They were like way high.
Yeah.
One hit.
Well, because they can't control what goes on the sheet.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
They can't. When you get liquid acid, you take 1 microliter is a third of a hit.
Right. Well, I don't know. We would just think on a sugar cube and put it in our mouth.
Yeah. So exactly. So a drop. You're hoping that's the microliter, but it's probably. I mean, if they weigh it by ounces and whatever.
Right. Well, liquid's clean too,
but on a sheet, they paint it.
Right. Exactly.
So this part could be okay.
Right.
And this part's like woo.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So, but the thing I didn't like about paper is it always had some sort of like.
Paper gives me gas.
Yeah, well, that too, but it also
that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it always has
because you're in your mind,
right?
And you've got this thing going on.
Right.
And you're like,
Well, they put something on it to like give you like these weird like It wasn't. It was fuzzy. You felt fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? Not like liquid. It was like clean. You know, not like the Pyramixes. It was clean. You know, but
Well-
it lasted forever, and it was really hard to sleep. On
Well,
paper,
the thing about the paper is, you know, paper's manufactured. There's
Right.
stuff in that paper.
Right.
And then if
That's
there's
probably a good
artwork
point,
on the
yeah.
paper,
Right, that
there's
too.
stuff on the paper.
Right, probably.
Which is why, for me, paper acid or LSD was always a head high.
Right.
But if I ate it in the paper form and then I got the gas or
Right.
whatever, it's
The
like,
shits.
oh
I
man,
always got the
oh
shit,
man,
yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, man. It's
Never,
just like you
yeah.
eat the mushrooms, you get the fucking giggles,
Right.
and the next thing you know, it's like 15 hours later.
Right. Yeah. Exactly, dude.
So
we did mushrooms at the
And I'm
at
not
the
saying-
zoo, man. One time it was really cool.
I'm not saying I've never had a bad trip on acid or mushrooms, but bad trips on mushrooms were enjoyable.
Right.
Where I had my friends were like, "Man, you're having a bad trip,"
And, you know, I don't,
and I'm just like,
good.
I'm stuck in this tree,
right.
and it's not like I'm climbing it and fucking up.
Right.
Like I'm stuck in this tree.
Right. Right. Like.
Can
not-
can you get me? Me and the bark are one. Can you get me out of this tree? I'm having trouble getting out of the tree. Or I'm stuck in this bag of Cheetos in this kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
Because I
yeah.
can't I can't get out of this bag of Cheetos. Take the kaleidoscope away from your eye. What are you talking about? All I see is kaleidoscope now.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Okay, I'm back in the
yeah.
bag of Cheetos. So
I like that stuff though.
I've never had a trip where
You got scared.
I got scared enough to say, "Oh fuck, I'm scared." I mean, I've had whoa moments.
I've never had it myself either.
Now,
One friend I've had it happen to him.
I had a friend one time. He and I took acid, and his neighbor came over before we took it,
right.
and I was like, "Hey, you're not taking this."
Probably a good idea you leave.
This guy, because I knew my friend,
Right.
it's like, you get everything he says. You got, don't let him scare you.
Right.
Is what I said.
Right.
And my buddy Todd and I got high as fuck, and his neighbor was just like, having a great time. And he and I, the neighbor and I, were playing Nintendo and all this shit. And all of a sudden, Todd disappears for 15 minutes. And then he comes back, and he sits down. He's just like, "Hey, I want to see what you look like on the inside." And I'm just like, don't worry. He's not gonna. I'm here. He's not gonna do anything, man. This is all just. This is the LSD talking.
Right.
And after about an hour of my friend Todd really getting demonic on this guy, I'm just like, listen, I don't want to be that guy, but I need you to leave.
Now.
Yeah, it wasn't like
please.
it wasn't like, hurry, you gotta go because he's gonna kill you. It's just like, I think you're the bad vibe in the room.
Right. Right.
So can you go? And as soon as he left, Todd just went to sleep.
Nice.
So apparently, whatever that kid was exuding to Todd
Yeah, Todd
was he's just like, I need to end that. I need to get rid of that. I'm going to, because when he left
So
for
they ever get
15,
back together
when he
again?
left, he went and fired up his barbecue.
And started cooking.
No,
Oh,
fired up his barbecue.
just fired it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had things on his mind. So the next morning I go out to smoke a bowl with the dog, let the dog out, and I'm just like, oh look, the propane burner's still on. Oh, okay, it's a good thing I told fucking dude to leave.
You about to cook your ass up.
We gonna know what flesh tastes like. We all went Dahmer that night.
Yeah, well, you gotta have
But
a
as
bad
soon
trip,
as he
yeah.
left,
Yeah,
as
fine.
soon as he left, the whatever energy was there,
Right. Right.
because dude just went.
I can't.
Didn't
sleep
even tell me the barbecue was on.
I can't sleep on that shit at all. I have.
Oh, bro, I used to sell it. So I'd take, what they would call microdosing now,
right.
where you take a little pinch of a hit.
Right.
Yeah, so I'd take a hit, and about 15 hours later, I'd wake up and I'd take a hit. About 15 hours later, then wake up, take a hit. So microdosing for me was just taking a hit.
Right. Yeah, but you never get higher. You never get high like you did on the first one.
No,
and
no.
And then just take a break.
No,
you know
no.
what I'm saying?
There is a level you reach
Right.
that you cannot surpass,
Right. And
unless you stop.
Right. Taking it for like
Stop.
a week or whatever.
A month.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
A
yeah.
month.
Right. Right. Right.
But I did find that if I took 2 hits of acid, and then the next day I took about an eighth of mushrooms, and then the next day I took a hit of acid, and then the next day I did mushrooms. Bro!
Well, no.
Bro, I'm an artist!
Mushrooms you can do consecutively.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
you can do
all
the
the time.
You can take mushrooms, be high on mushrooms, come down, take more mushrooms, get high again.
No, you can take mushrooms, feel like you're coming down, take mushrooms.
Right.
Feel like you're coming down, take mushrooms.
Right.
Where acid, you can take acid and then take acid.
Right, and it's not the same.
No.
Not the same. It isn't.
And it don't matter. 1 hit, 5 hit, 10 hits.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. No, you're right. I've done that.
Which is weird.
I know.
But also, acid's man-made.
Right.
Psilocybin's God-made.
Right. Exactly. Whatever. Yeah. Exactly. So I've done the whole acid one day at a turn, like a well, not a turn. I'm sorry, a car or festival.
Yeah.
And we do acid one show. It's a 3-day festival. So we try to do it again the next day, and I'm like, I'm not high.
Yeah.
So
No.
I took 2.
This is no good.
I took 2 this time. It's
Is this bunk?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's from the same sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it bunk?
Right, exactly.
Did
So
you have it in your pocket?
So we ended up getting drunk. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we've been up all night, you know what I'm saying? And we fucking don't make it to the show, you know?
Yeah, we used to go to fucking so many shows.
Oh, me too, back in the day.
We went to Lollapalooza
I've been the first
probably 15 times.
I've been the first 5.
And every single time, I lost a shoe. To the point where we started calling, hey, you want to go to Lost a Shoesa? Swear to God. You can ask my girl. She'll tell you.
I believe it.
Lost a Shoesa.
I've seen shoes all over the place.
Yeah.
Those kind of
Bro,
concerts. I know.
one time I stayed because we I think it was at the winery in here in
Walla Walla?
Eastern Washington.
Walla Walla.
Whatever, the winery.
Oh,
At the Gorge.
yeah.
So we stayed because we camped.
Right.
So and I knew some people because I've worked shows there. I'm like, hey man, I want to go see if I can find my shoe. They're just like, go ahead. I'm like, oh, I wonder why they're laughing. Go down there. There's a fucking 1,000 shoes down there.
yeah.
I'm just like, these two match.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, they fit. I'm good. Yeah. No, every time I go to shows,
Bro.
I see shoes everywhere.
Amazing.
I know,
I thought it was some kind of singular event where maybe 50 shoes.
No,
maybe.
No.
There are thousands of people there
Yeah.
taking their shoes off and just leaving them.
You know what? I always wore like Converse that I tied really tight. You know, they were the shoe I didn't give a fuck about losing. You know what I'm saying? I never lost a shoe.
Well, no,
Never did.
I mean, shoes like this.
Right.
So I didn't give a fuck.
Right. I didn't give a fuck.
But then I lose it.
Right.
And it's like, well, now I've only got this shoe.
Yeah, I got no shoes now.
So let me go see if I can find the
shoes.
match.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know that going to find the match was, holy fuck, this is Payless? What's
like
going on here?
It's like Auschwitz. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, that was a Russian photo,
Right,
but
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We're not going to say that the Holocaust didn't happen. We're just going to deny the truth of the Holocaust
Have you
that
seen
they've
that movie
taught us
Starry
in
Night
history.
that- what's his name did?
I got a better movie for you.
No, hold on. It's what's his name? Albert Hitchcock did a movie about the whole Holocaust, and he went into the camps and took like black and white pictures of stuff, and
I think so.
they're like in closets. The fucking Jews are dead.
It's
fucking,
probably been a while, but
It's a crazy
maybe.
fucking movie. It's a crazy fucking movie, dude.
Because I've watched this other one. Because here comes the anti-Semitism.
No, we love Jews. We love them.
I love apple juice. I love orange juice. Listen,
I like Jewies.
I've done Jewish service.
I love Jews. I love
The
Jews.
thing that got me the most about all the stuff that has been proposed to me that I've looked at as evidence of the catastrophe that happened, and I'm not a Holocaust denier, I'm just not 100% on board with what they sell us. And they said that at the time, 6 million Jews were put into furnaces.
Well, or other ways of doing it.
No, they say that these
6 million Jews is how many that was killed during the Holocaust.
there's
They did gas, they did furnace,
but
they
but
did
but they
firing
but they
squads,
said they
did-
burned them all.
That might be true though. That mean
So
they
why
burned the piles,
why
fires,
number one, why are there mass graves with skeletons? Number two,
they
they
did do
didn't
that.
have the technology to burn that many bodies, because to burn 6 million bodies
No, it
with the
wasn't like
technology
that.
they had at the
Yeah.
time, they'd still be burning them today.
Hold on. So listen, they had many different, and this went on for 7 years, I think. I think the ghettos were in
35 to 43-ish.
Well,
Let's say 10. Let's say 10 years.
Okay, yeah.
600,000 a
Right,
year
right.
is not unbelievable. That
Right.
That many people being killed is not
And
unbelievable.
they did it lots of different ways. They tried so many different ways. They gassed.
But
they burned,
they showed
showered,
these internment camps with hospitals and schools.
Oh yeah.
And they put these people to work.
Oh yeah.
Why were they then gassing them and killing them?
Well, there was many camps. There was like literally, I think in Germany only had a couple camps actually. Most of the camps were like in Czechoslovakia and Poland and all that stuff.
The first camps, I believe, were in Poland, right? Auschwitz is in Poland,
the big
right?
ones like Auschwitz is in Poland and fucking Treblinka is in Poland. You know, so all the big nasty ones were in Poland, but a lot of them were work camps. You've seen Schindler's List.
Yeah.
You know, so they did have. That's the kind of.
But that
was
doesn't
mostly-
mean that is true.
Yeah, but they mostly.
That's a fucking Hollywood story
that's a real
about
story.
what they want us to believe. And the Jews own Hollywood!
No, listen, I read the book on this whole thing, and I know that he was a real guy, and he really
Who?
did what he did.
Schindler
Yeah.
was a real guy.
He was a real dude.
Just like Mother Teresa was a real
She
person
was a real person, too.
who said that suffering is good for people.
In a way, it is.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
No,
whatever.
No, I'm not talking about your suffering. I'm talking about. It's like, hold on.
Listen,
Hold
I
on.
haven't suffered half as bad as a.
Marley-
I have
Marley-
not suffered half as bad as fucking a billion people.
Right.
Okay?
True. But hold on. Bob Marley said, to really truly know life, you need to walk the scars of the road. It's saying the same thing.
You gotta go through hell before you get to heaven. Yeah, whatever. Fuck your fucking ideologies.
No, it's not ideology. It's persona building. You know, the reason that you are the reason that you are the way you are is because what happened to you over your life. Okay?
Yeah,
And
the reason I have no
Listen,
kids
hold
is
on.
because as a child I was fucked over hardcore, and I don't want to fuck over children
know,
hardcore
that's a
because
part-
I've
you would never do
babysit
that.
kids before where I've wanted to slap the shit out of them.
That's a personal choice. I'm not talking about that.
And so I do
listen,
not.
But you would be a different person today. You would have ran the gambit you did if the shit that was fucked up. I mean, I would if I ever met your brother.
If I hadn't been raped as a child, I might not have had the intuition to write songs about anger and hatred.
Hold on. You know what? That's more true than you want to believe.
No, it's absolutely true.
Yeah,
That's why I said it, because it is the absolute truth.
Right,
The trials and tribulations that I've been through made me the artist that I was.
Right. I mean,
Which it does for everybody. Believe it or not, if you've been through anything and you've talked about it, you've spoken about it, you are an artist because you articulated.
and that's bringing good out of this, you know. And
You're trying to find a solace. Yes, I get that. I get
That's
that.
it. That's all it is.
And like I said,
That's all it is.
It took my girl 25 years to break 15 years of horror.
Right. I get it. And I have nothing but respect for you. As you're my brother, and I love you. I would do anything for you. If I saw your brother and I knew who he was, God knows what I would do. Really, you know. I mean, really.
Listen.
At worst, I'd throw a rock at him. A hot dog. I'd drive by and throw hot dogs at him.
He'd
or
probably
something.
like that.
He probably would.
Reminds me of my
He's
youth.
like, oh my God, I'll never hit me again. But no, that's not the point. The point is
He
that
wasn't that big, but hey.
some of the worst people in the world have had sheltered lives. Okay, think of it that way.
Most of the worst people in the world have had sheltered lives.
Boom. I'm serious. I mean,
No,
so
I
ones that have had it
absolutely
rough-
agree. But on the same pivot, people who have sheltered lives, who have parental guidance, who have influence from family, are not going to be a school shooter most of the time. Whereas people who have shitty lives, who have abusive lives, whose parents don't give a fuck about
You're
them,
wrong.
will end up being
You're
school
wrong.
shooters.
You are wrong.
What?
There's multiple mass shooters that have perfect family lives.
But not the majority.
There's still multiple.
But not the majority.
Hold on. The king of serial killer had a perfect life when he was young.
Define serial killer.
Theodore Bundy. His mother was a good mother.
That's a serial killer. It's not a school shooter.
It's worse. It's worse. The guy fucking had sex with dead people. I mean, he did crazy shit.
Cold Ethel?
Have you? I don't know if you've ever done any research on him or
On
any-
Bundy? No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, he did some weird, fucked up shit to people. But the weirdest shit he did, because he was going to school to be a lawyer, and he when he in Florida when he killed 4 women at that school, he was his own lawyer. And he did weird fucking shit, dude. Like he would stuff paper in his fucking lock of his thing so they couldn't open the door and all kinds of weird shit, dude. I mean,
Oh, I thought you meant weird shit like stuffing paper up girls and stuff.
oh no. He just liked to fucking mother dead. Nothing weird about that.
Necrophilia is fine. And on that note, I gotta pee again. Let me touch my dick after talking about necrophilia.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I can't drink beer. I gotta pee so much when I drink beer.
I think you need to get your prostate checked. Is what you need to do, man. Get your prostate checked. Anyway, so I mean, I get that, pain is hard, especially when it's as severe as something like that. But in the same sense, I mean, it makes you the person you are. It really does. Yeah, you might turn out to be a school shooter, but most of these school shooters are loners, man. They're not getting raped by their whatever. Or they're seriously, most of them are on fucking like inhibitors, man, and fucking Paxils and stuff like that, and that stuff. Even on the box that says that it can bring on, weird dreams and thoughts of suicide and all kinds of stuff. So really, it boils down to the medication these people are on. In retrospect, I mean, all of them had it. All of them were on it. I mean, I think all of them. I know most of them were. All the big ones were on it. I'm just saying, it's not the be all end all, and Veg is a perfect example because he's a really good dude. And
I'm a horrible person. I do horrible things. I say horrible shit. I have horrible thoughts. The only thing that makes me a good person in most people's eyes is that I don't act on them.
well, that's true, but hold on. This guy's funny. He's fun to hang out with. He's very smart. I love hanging out with him. I'm doing a show with him. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be doing a show if I fuck that guy. He's fucked up, man. That guy's all fucked up. He's not fucked up. I mean, I know you probably got some.
I'm sure I say stupid shit.
He's got some entertainments, and we all do, but I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that shelter people are worse off. I hate to say it. Look at fucking Hunter Biden. I mean, that's a perfect example. That guy's had a fucking charmed life. Well, actually, never mind. He might have had the same.
You're absolutely. His father apparently showered with his sister.
I know.
We don't know if he showered with him.
I don't know if they showered with
See,
his sister.
there's secrets out there that we don't know, and these
Right.
kind of people are disgusting. And
I'm debating that.
Here's the thing about Hollywood, the media, sports personalities, all that shit.
They're all controlled.
If they're not right now speaking out against the Epstein Island thing, the Ghislaine Maxwell Black Book, if they're not talking about it, if they're not putting it out there, then in my mind, they're complicit.
Look at all the people who have, though. What happened to them?
They get ostracized.
They get killed. Most of them. A lot of them.
The ones that are ostracized and killed are obviously speaking the truth.
Right. I mean, there's
Look at Gary Webb. In 1996, he said, "Hey, you know what? The CIA actually did. The Iran-Contra thing was the CIA was selling cocaine into the inner cities and destroyed a lot of families and killed a lot of youth. And the next thing you know, he committed suicide by putting 2 bullets in the back of his head."
Right. Right.
Gary Webb. Look it up. Google that shit.
Dude, there's a lot of stories like that, actually.
There are.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. The Clintons have quite the.
They've got a big old fucking Christmas tree full of people that won't send them gifts anymore.
Well, they
wonder why.
A lot of the same stories too.
And Hillary is a bag of fucking garbage. They wanted to kick her off the Nixon
she was part of it.
prosecutorial team because she was a horrible lawyer. She had no fucking morals. She what do they call that? I can't remember. I'm drinking.
You're so sad.
Her ethics were horrible.
That's exactly what it was. And her first real big case is she took a pedophile and defended the pedophile and got said pedophile off. And guess who that pedophile was?
Bill Clinton.
No, it wasn't Bill Clinton.
Hey, knowing that Knowing that Joseph Biden was a pedophile before you ever elected him and voting for him because he's not Trump makes you a shitty person.
No, that's not true either.
That is absolutely fucking
don't know
true.
that for a fact, though. I mean,
Dude, that guy sniffs kids.
Literally, we watched a video of him sniffing kids, remember? I was like, oh yeah, 15-year-olds, remember? He's over there sniffing them. You're like,
Hey, she was 12 and I was 30.
Yeah.
She helped me through a lot of things. I'm the president.
But it doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just... Hold on.
Hey, my dad's not a bad guy.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that, man. You're putting
Either
words
of
in my
them.
mouth. But no, they're just... Some of them are just stupid, man. I mean, that's kind of like...
I will never forget Ben Rusk. Because I cannot...
I won't ever forget Ben Rusk.
I cannot not look at my hand and just not think about where'd that come from. What is that? Oh, that's a cigarette burn. How'd you get that when you don't smoke?
Right,
well,
ready?
you know,
Right, hold on. To Ben Rust.
to Luis.
No, to Ben Rust. May he fall off a bridge.
Hey, to Ben Rusk. Thank God he died of a painful stomach cancer.
Oh, senior.
To Ben Rusk Jr. Hopefully the same happens.
Yeah. Well, and to Luis.
Ben Rusk of Washington.
To Luis.
To Luis.
Yeah, to Luis. We love that.
That is someone who I will say thank you for your service. And apologetically, it is post-mortem.
Yeah, I miss him.
Here's the thing about fucking fuck all everything, fuck it all. We let these people come in over the border and we give them room and board. We give them fucking opportunities and we forgive them for their sins. Meanwhile, 22 veterans a day kill themselves on our streets.
Luis didn't kill himself, though.
No.
I'm just,
no.
I'm letting them know. I'm letting them know.
Luis died, I mean, naturally in bed. He died in bed. So he did not take his own life.
No.
But I have many friends that did. As a matter of fact, I've got a pile of letters over here from people that I received this mail from after they fucking took their own life. So
and that shows that you're such a good person, man. When people are sending you, and I know that's not the best letter to get.
That's not the best.
I'm not saying that.
It's not that.
But
you were the one that made me do it. No, I didn't. I didn't get any of those letters.
I was gonna say, I know.
Thank goodness.
I know you didn't get any of those letters, but you got letters of people saying that you tried and you tried to help, and those are the letters you did get.
Go lay down.
And that's what makes you the better person. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. You've risen up in the struggles of your, terrible situation.
Having been at the precipice.
Yeah.
And survived jumping off of it.
Right.
I got the opportunity to speak to others about it.
Right. And
unfortunately, my horrors were not able to show them that there's light beyond that fucking story.
Well, and hold on.
These people are dead.
I know some people that have had some situations with, being in the service and seeing stuff that they didn't want to see and shouldn't have seen and blah, blah, blah. And I've had a couple friends, 2 of them, that have killed themselves because of it. And, it's a rough life. It's a rough life. Some of these guys.
We need to stop encouraging children to enlist in the military.
That's not a terrible idea. It really isn't. They should be 21 at least, not 17.
If you can't drink until you're 21, you can't fucking volunteer to get murdered.
Right. Well,
until you're 21.
My one buddy, Steven, he's gone, so I'll say his name, but he was a sniper, and he had some confirmed kills, blah, 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 and then he got out of the service, and he went into Black Rock. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so he went into Black Rock, and that's when he saw weird shit, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's when the truth was
a
little more exposed,
because
the truth will never be fully exposed to anyone that doesn't have $30 billion.
Right. Well, they're a big corporation, and he saw some...
The head of the corporation is the guy that knows the truth.
Oh no, he saw some truth. Believe me, he told.
I'm sure he did.
He told me some stories about the truth.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Yeah. So you probably got some stories.
I've got stories of stories. As a matter of fact, one of my friends that. The most recent friend that passed away knows the guy that's out there doing the movies about the drone stuff.
Which one is that?
The guy that came out and said, hey, we've killed children, we've killed families. The drone strikes are not all about just ending fucking terrorism.
No.
They're about political gains.
Right. Oh yeah.
And my friend who took his own life was like, I can't believe this guy has not taken his own life. There must be something deeper going on.
Yeah, some people.
And when I got the last letter,
others.
when I got the last letter from him, I didn't open it. It's unopened.
That's not,
I got unopened shit.
Let's leave it. Let's just leave
I got unopened shit.
leave it, yeah.
No, it's left.
Yeah, let's leave it. Yeah.
But I will. I don't want to open it.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to open it.
I'm not
I don't
gonna-
want to know what
if you
his.
open that here with
I
me
don't
here, I'm
want to
outside.
know what his last words to me were.
Right.
I got another friend, non-military at all, meth head. Fucking meth killed him. He came to me one day and said, I don't know what to do. There's all this shit in my skin, and I've been to the doctor. He had a baggie full of fucking like blackheads. And I'm like, bro, if you can't stop doing the meth,
Right.
it's going to fucking kill you.
Right.
I get a letter from him
Because they don't shower and shit. You know what
I
I'm
got a
saying?
letter
They
from
don't-
him.
Yeah.
after he died from jail. I didn't even know he'd been in jail. It's unopened. I don't want to read a letter that says, hey, you were right, or fuck you because you said this.
Right.
I just don't.
Well, what we're going around here and saying is that, you know, it is a struggle. Life's a struggle, man.
Suicide is a real option that no one should have to take.
No.
And if you feel like it's the only option you have, please talk to us. Please talk to us.
I'll talk to you. I will.
I will answer anything that shows reality. Okay, that's all I can say.
Right.
Because 3 or 4 people watch this show, and I'm sure a few more are feeling bad. 22 people a day, veterans, and you can understand why they feel like that. Because I understand what they've been through. No, I've never served. I've fucking had people tell me that if I do serve, they're gonna fucking kill me. So I've never served.
You can't serve anyways. You have a felony, so sorry. It's probably a good thing, actually.
Hey, when the towers went down, I called the Marines and said, "First in, fucking, let's go."
Right.
And they said, "Well, are you willing to take orders from someone that's 18 years old?" I'm like, I don't care how old the person is.
Right.
Let's fucking go. Well,
that's
are you sure about being able to
That's
take
what-
orders?
that's what-
I don't care how old they are. Let's fucking go.
I was the opposite.
And at the point, they're just like, you're too eager. So
Right,
no,
yeah.
I'm just like, well, I've got issues. I'm ready to fucking So and believe me, at the time I was ready. I was like, I don't care who point, just say go.
Well,
So
I was the opposite.
but I have friends
9/11 was opposite. of me.
before 9/11. In the Iraq thing previous Kuwait, I had friends that went and didn't come back, and so when the thing happened, I have friends that went and didn't come back, and knowing what I know now, or at least what I want to say that I know now, I would have never made that call, and I would have told everyone that fucking went, don't go. Don't go. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man.
Sorry,
I've
man.
never seen you get emotional before, man. It's all good. That's an emotional situation, man. Like I said, 9/11 is what woke me up. That's the real. I was gung ho before 9/11. When I saw 9/11,
Hey, who's the Jew that bought the buildings? Don't be blaming the Jews. I'm not blaming the Jews. What I'm doing is I'm blaming specific people. But if you want to categorize it as a complete, as you call it, race, because it's not a race, it's a religion.
it's not racism. It's,
Because there's a human race that comes in multiple colors.
God, what's his name that owns the fucking towers?
I don't fucking know.
Fuck, and I can see his face in my head. When
I can too.
he said pull it, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, what was his name?
He's a
Anyway,
goddamn Jew.
Yeah, well, I know he's a big Jew, actually. But I think he's gone now.
He's a little Jew.
I think he's gone now.
He might be.
I think he's
Hard
gone
to
now.
say.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, 9/11 is what woke me up. I got up. I can remember exactly where I was.
Here's my favorite thing about the 9/11 thing. Let's see if we can.
Hold on, let me say while you're looking. I'll say, I remember exactly where I was. My dad was banging on my door, going, "Are you watching the TV?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" It was my day off. I turn the TV on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I started doing a little research, and I found Alex Jones that same day. And 4 weeks, August something, he picked that the Twin Towers be pulled down. I was like, something's up. And so I started researching, read books. I started reading books, and yeah, when I saw when I saw the Building 7 thing, I was
now. Right here, E-Team. Now, if you look at where that is,
you got to do it over there. You got to do it over there.
No, I can't. Over here doesn't matter. It's here.
Oh,
They can't see my mouse for some reason.
They can't.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
So if you see where the E-Team is, and if you look at where the airplanes hit, let's see if we can do this.
Let's do it.
I've been traumatized. If you look at where the airplane hit, and you look at where the E-Team is, and you look at where the airplane hit, and you look at where the E-Team is, and you look at where the airplane hit, and you look at where the E-Team is, all I'm saying is that coincidences lead to happenstances, which lead to realities, which lead to truths.
Well, there's a lot of stories out there about 9/11, and the one that really got me is I watched this movie called Architects for 9/11.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they were talking about...
I'm a sponsor.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
You were a sponsor?
I am a sponsor of Architects 9/11.
And
it's
so
$10 a year.
Right,
it's not
well,
a lot,
I mean,
and so I'm just like, perfect.
It's a legit fucking movie, and I learned a lot about destructions of buildings in that movie. You know?
And here's the thing. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. After the Northridge earthquake, when the freeway went down in San Francisco.
Oh, during the World Series, yeah.
Yeah. What happened? They went back and they retrofitted every single freeway on a pillar system that had any kind of chance of coming down in an earthquake above 6.0.
They changed all the beams too.
They retrofitted it.
All the new beams.
All the sleeves. If you go into Seattle, you can see all the concretes are sleeved. They're sleeved in steel.
Right.
Now, Building 7, 9/11, Building 7 came down. What brought Building 7 down?
The crimp.
No.
The crimp.
No. What brought Building 7 down?
Demolition.
Office fires.
Well, that's what they say. But
Right. Office fires.
Impossible.
Brought Building 7 down. Office fires.
Impossible.
Now, I've been in construction for a long time, and I was in construction before 9/11 and after 9/11. And you know what didn't change after 9/11? Building codes. No building codes changed. There was no retrofitting of every office building that was over 47 stories and over, like adding more fire sprinkler systems, adding more extinguishers, adding more evacuation portals. No, there was no change in any building codes at all after 9/11, after Building 7 came down, due to natural office fires. And there were no new building codes to concrete and iron structures that were built after.
I thought they took asbestos out of it after, though. That's the one thing they did take out of it, or something.
Well, that's because asbestos is bad.
It is bad. It is. But right after that, I think all buildings got asbestos pulled out of them. But yeah, that's the only thing they did change. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't use asbestos anymore. They haven't used it since the 70s.
I thought it. No, there was asbestos. Oh no, you know what?
Yeah.
There was asbestos in that building. I know
Well,
that for a fact.
there was, but it was built in the 70s.
Right.
But after the 70s, once they found out that asbestos dust gave you mesothelioma,
right,
they stopped using it.
That's what killed a lot of
the
a lot of the first responders that didn't get killed.
Yeah, and people that were near.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
because the dustification.
Right, exactly.
Because those buildings were demolitioned.
Right.
They were not brought down by airplanes.
No.
They were demolished, and the demolition team was the E-Team, which were brought in from Israel.
Well, there were stories about they could hear construction going on all these levels of the thing.
There's stories where we had offices on the 15th floor, and they asked us to move to the 25th floor
Right.
because they were doing stuff. So we moved to the 25th floor, and then we moved back to the 15th floor. And then there's offices on the 25th floor. Well, we had to move to the 45th
Right.
floor.
They removed them all,
Yes,
yeah,
because they demolitioned those
Right.
buildings.
They're-
And here's the best part. I am called a 9/11 truther.
I am a
Which
9/11
makes
truther.
you a fucking 9/11 liar. If someone doesn't want to believe the narrative of the government, they're called 9/11 truthers, which is hilarious.
It's truth, is why.
Because
It's the
if you
truth.
didn't want to follow the narrative of the government, you would have thought they would have immediately called you a 9/11 liar.
Right, exactly.
Oh, you're a 9/11 liar.
Right.
You're a denier.
Right.
No, they didn't do that.
Right.
They called you a truth. Oh, I'm a truther. He's a 9/11 truther.
Right.
Well, that makes them 9/11 liars.
Well, anyone that had half a brain and you've gone anywhere near 9/11, like looking at it just a little bit, you know that was not what happened. Building 7 is basically the whole
Building 7 is the linchpin
Right.
to the entire narrative.
thing. Right. When they're the BBC.
It doesn't
hold on,
matter.
The BBC's talking, Building 7 just fell.
Oh, Judge,
Building
15
7
minutes
still-
later, then it goes down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or-
that's
Or the cordite, not the cordite. What's the stuff they used to bring it down? The molten lava and the pits of it. It had the little shape charge things. What do they call? What's that stuff called?
God damn it.
God, you know what? We shouldn't stop.
Isn't it
drinking this.
cordite?
No, cordite's which comes off of bullets.
Oh, okay.
But
yes, it was the thermite and all
thermite.
that stuff.
That's it. Thermite. That was it. Yep, thermite. And so they had those pools of lava basically in the bottom of that thing forever because thermite.
Yeah,
takes
because
it takes
if a jet exploded and brought that building down, it would not have burned in a pool
Right.
of fire
Well, the thermite
for a
just can't-
fucking month.
I know the thermite keeps eating the metal as it goes. It doesn't stop. You know, it takes the little shape charge, it eats that metal, but it just keeps eating metal. It
If
doesn't
more
stop.
metal falls into it, it continues to burn it up.
Yeah, any fuel.
It's
that
like a
comes into it,
magnesium
yeah,
fire.
Exactly.
Interestingly enough.
Yeah, same stuff almost, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it just keeps burning, and they had the molten lava, and I've seen the pictures of them pulling the molten stuff out there, and the molten stuff like falling off of the excavator.
So
and
when
shit.
people tell me, oh, the United States government would never do anything to harm the United States people, that's my reaction.
That's fucking hilarious. Anyways,
People are crazy.
yes, we love you all. We love you all.
Listen,
We need more viewers, please.
we want you to think for yourselves.
Right.
We want you to let us know when we're wrong. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us we
just
said
fu-
stupid shit.
Yes. Fuck. We need
We're
to
not
get
we're not about it.
We need to get a message board because I know we have we have more than 3 viewers, by the way. I think last week we had 114 views.
What?
Yeah, something like that.
Man,
Yeah. So
people are looking.
Yeah, they're
but
looking.
hey,
I think they're haters, most of them. though.
I that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
fine. You know what? The
I
best
like that,
part
yeah, I
the
know.
best part about haters
Yeah,
is they watch every single inch of it so that they can find something to say negative about
Well,
it.
they say negative stuff, but they basically they cause the discussion to start, kind of thing too. You know, they really do. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I've been kind of
Hey,
like,
if you hate the way I think, let me know.
yep.
E-Team, buddy. Google it. Google E-Team. We're looking right at it right now. Here, hang on. Where's my glasses? Right here. God damn, I'm blind. So, yeah, E-Team. Right there, E-Team. E-Team. See that? And then you go where the airplane exploded. Right there. See that right there? E-Team.
So
right
they
there.
should have put a fucking what do you call it, bullseye instead.
All I'm saying is we are being lied to continuously and nobody fucking cares.
Shit, you want to get crazy, man? Go fucking read the PNAC agreements and fucking all that stuff, man. You want to know what's really going on?
Well, when they say it feels like we're being taken over by Nazis, I say, well, you know, Operation Paperclip. We're not being taken over by Nazis. We have been taken over by Nazis.
Well, Project Paperclip was mostly scientists, but yes, they
No,
were,
no,
they were Nazis.
no. They were fucking Nazis.
They were Nazis.
Some of them had great ideas and wanted to do
that's
bigger
what
things
Well, that's
than
what
they
it's
were
all
allowed
about.
to under Hitler.
That's what it was all about.
And
is
that's
getting
why
the
they
big-
came to our side as opposed to the Russian side, was because we were like, well, we got more money than Russia.
No, I think it was more
because
than that.
we
I think it
divided them
was-
up.
I know.
Russia and we divided them up.
Right. Oh yeah, but there was mostly scientists. Hold on, let me hear me out. It was mostly scientists and people that had ideas. It wasn't like Goering or those guys. None of those guys came over from Project Paperclip.
No, the
They all
guys
went to-
the
they all
guys
went-
that were found
they
at
went to
fault
Argentina.
either killed themselves or went to
They went to
Argentina or were
yeah,
taken to Nuremberg.
Yeah, exactly. So most of them went to Argentina, but yeah. Anyways, so it's been a great show.
Don't
It's
what?
been a
What
great show.
are you trying to end it?
Yeah, I'm done. I gotta go.
What do you mean? How long has it been?
It's 7:05 right now.
What does that mean?
It's 3 hours.
What?
Yes, I know. This one went fast.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Fucking time flies
Listen.
when you're fucking dirty laundrying it.
When the dirty laundry comes out, Ben Rusk of Washington State.
I just want to say,
when the dirty laundry comes out,
just want to say that we love you guys. Please start watching and give us any insight you want, ideas on shows, anything. Can't wait to do the next one.
yeah, we're not gonna ask you to follow or like or anything.
No, none of that stuff. Don't have to worry about that stuff. Just
But if you have ideas, let us know.
yeah, ideas are great.
Comments are awesome.
Ideas are great. We have a couple ideas for shows we're gonna maybe do. We're gonna definitely do the Crucible one. I'll bring some money next week.
Yeah,
We'll do
yeah.
it.
I mean,
We'll do that.
it's a slow move forward. But
Right.
here's the thing I fucked up. I should have bought 2
yeah,
instead of just 1
for experimental.
for experimental.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
So I'm thinking about getting another one.
Well, we can try to break that one in half.
I mean, I could cut it in half.
You could
I'm just
cut it
gonna
in
lose
half.
about 10%. Well,
I don't care
not
about
even
it.
that
I mean,
much.
No, I mean you're gonna lose something for sure. If
Yeah.
you're using a grinder.
Well, you know what?
or-
If I get a bandsaw, we'll lose hardly any.
right, you have one.
No, but I know someone who does.
Okay, we can just.
Yeah, just cut it right in half.
Right, exactly.
Fitty.
All right, everyone, have a great week.
Be
Love
safe.
you. Be safe.
And remember, the government doesn't give a fuck about you.
You're a useless eater. That's it. Just remember that.
Peace! Uvaldo Harari wants you to know that he wants you to die.
Eat the bugs.
Eat the bugs!
Eat the bugs.
Remember, you're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy. We fucking love you, people.
Love you.
Thank you for being here.
Yep. Have a great night. See you next week.
We have been the Radical Anti-Inactivists. What? I can't even speak English. The Radical Anti-Inactivists.